Hello guys, welcome back to Gash Football. Here's our live watch along for Man City against Real Madrid in the Champions League semi-final. First leg at the Etihad Stadium tonight. If you're watching, please subscribe to Gash Football if you're new around here for more watch alongs and other football content. I'm with John again tonight, who's got his own West Ham channel, JPW TV. Links in the description below. And if you are watching, let us know your match thoughts, comments, etc. in the live chat. It'd be great to read those throughout the match. So, JP, thanks again for joining us. Again, we're watching Real Madrid tonight. I'm just unmute you, sorry, mate.
My help.
Watching Real Madrid again against different English opposition this time in Man City. As I say, Man City are at home, but it's the semi-finals. It's crunch time in both Champions League and Europa League, of course, and Conference League as well. I can't forget that. And but it's a huge side tonight. You excited about it?
Yes, mate. It's good research for next season, mate. Isn't it? At the end of the day. I mean, all jokes aside. I mean, like when you messaged me the other day asking me if I wanted to do this, I said 100% because we've got to keep the continuity going. We've watched the two Real Madrid PSG games, and then obviously the quarter final as well with Man City and Chelsea, and now obviously Real Madrid and Chelsea, I should say.
Yeah.
And now we've got two of the biggest names in football, European football for that matter, not just the managers but the teams themselves. One desperately trying to win it, and one to win it for the 20th time. Now, I'm guessing it's close to that.
It's over 10, at least. Yeah. So it's frightening. Yeah. So but this is what it's all about, mate. You obviously you want to get as far as possible, but you want these glamour ties, and this is certainly one of them. And Man City, obviously, they got to their first final last season, and obviously they want to, at least match that, and obviously go one further, eh?
Absolutely. I mean, I was talking to my manager at work, who's a Man United supporter, and he's even going to watch this tonight. He gave quite a good prediction on it, but we're kind of agreeing that to a degree, if Pep never wins the Champions League with City, it's a big blight on his CV because he's done it everywhere else. There's been absolutely no reasons why City have never won the Champions League beforehand, barring just obviously you could argue from one point of view they bottled a few games in the build-ups and the semi-finals and quarterfinals and all the rest of it, but in general, it's, you could argue it's two mates teams going against each other, and I generally think that the pressure's more on Guardiola than it is on Ancelotti, bearing in mind, in terms of Real Madrid's league form, they've only got to pick up one more point over the last 5 games to win the title. There's no real pressure from that point of view, even though there's still going to be pressure to do it, of course. And of course, likewise with Man City, just try and keep Liverpool at bay to win the Premier League. So you could argue from one point of view, two teams in exactly the same positions with exactly the same amount of pressure that's on for both sides. But I think the pressure is more, let's say, on Guardiola because of their history in the Champions League.
Yeah, no, I'm spot on, mate. And I think also because Real Madrid, look, there's always pressure on Real Madrid managers. You can win the league and still get a sack. Do you know what I mean? But which will probably happen with Ancelotti, unfortunately. But they weren't expected to get past PSG, and they beat them. Weren't expected to get past Chelsea before the first leg. People, myself included, had Chelsea as favourites, and they won. So, and Man City, the way they're playing, obviously Real Madrid, we keep saying that they're top of the Liga, but they're not the side of old. But they're getting the job done. Then when you've got a striking Karim Benzema in red hot form, then and you've got a brilliant playmaker in Luka Modric in midfield, and anything's possible, as they've proven in the last 2 rounds.
Yeah, and it's been, other than the games that you and I have watched, I've only watched Real Madrid like 3 times over 20 years before that. And I'm not going to lie, I can see why my old housemate, who's a Real Madrid fan, born and raised, and it's a good side. Like you're saying, it's nowhere near to the caliber that it used to be, but still playing good football, still able to grind out results when they need to, and hit teams on the counter attack again when it's needed to just get that impetus to make the game a little bit more free flowing. It's entertaining. They've been very entertaining games. I know I've been saying, honestly, it's like Dennis Bingo with me in it, because I keep saying entertaining the whole time. But we've been right. Every single game we've watched, even the first one against PSG, the first leg, it ended up 1-0. But it was, like we said at the time, is everything but a goal in that game.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. So let's go through the lineups for both sides. Let's start with Man City, the home side. So a couple of changes in the usual lineup because of the injuries and suspensions. So we've got Edison in goal, obviously playing their 4-3-3. So it'd be John Stones at right back with Walker and Walker out injured and Cancelo suspended. Ruben Diaz captain tonight alongside Laporte. Sinchenko's in at left back. Midfield three of Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri, and Bernardo Silva. And then the front three of Riyad Mahrez, Phil Foden, and Gabriel Jesus up front, who's in red hot form as well. Let's go to Real Madrid. Again, 4-3-3. So Courtois in goal, Carvajal, Militao, Alaba, Mendy. And midfield three of Valverde, Kroos, and Modric. And then the front three of Rodrigo, Vinicius, and the leader and talisman, Karim Benzema. So what do you make of those lineups, pal?
Yeah, I'm quite impressed with it, bearing in mind that John Stones was a late fitness test earlier today to see if he was going to be fit. And likewise, with Mendy being suspended for his investigations, shall we say, especially from a Premier League point of view, and obviously this as a result of it. But yeah, it was good to see that. Good to see that John Stones has been called up. I think he's a fantastic player. How long he's got at City is another matter, but I think it's a very, very good attacking side from Guardiola, and a good subs as well for that matter. And likewise with Real Madrid, injuries to Jovic, Diaz, Fernandez, and Gutierrez as well for that matter, who's out for the season. But again with the injuries that both sides have got, technically, still two very, very strong sides.
Yeah, no, spot on, mate. Let's I'll just give my thoughts.
I've done my research this time because I've done a little bit more than I used to.
Well, that's good here, mate. Thanks.
I'm warming up to the Champions League. Most people that watch my channel, I can't stand European football because it's not really relevant. But now we're in it; it's entertaining to watch both competitions. And shut up, Russ. Good evening, but shut up.
What's Real Madrid when Bex was there?
My Real Madrid history goes further back than that. But yeah, I used to watch it when I was very, very young, very early teens.
This is an interesting for me for Real Madrid's lineup is I think they've gone actually more attacking than I thought actually, because they've Casemiro, who I think has been very impressive, especially against Chelsea. He's more of a holding midfielder. He's on the bench, and you've got Modric and Kroos as expected, and then Valverde, who's played as a winger in the games we've seen. He'll be part of that midfield three, and then I think Rodrigo will take his place on the right hand side. I think he come on against Chelsea as well. I think he was pretty impressive from what I remember, and obviously you got Vinicius and the main man Benzema. So I think that might be why they've gone attacking, because they knew that Cancelo was suspended. He obviously plays on the left of City, and obviously they're playing Sinchenko. So that might be why maybe Ancelotti's thinking that obviously exploit. You've got if you've got those three down the right hand side, Carvajal at right back, Valverde and Rodrigo against Sinchenko and maybe Bernardo Silva, whoever it is. That might be something they might try and exploit.
Definitely, and I reckon we could see either Rodrigo and Valverde swapping positions, or maybe doubling up together as part of an attack as well, for that matter. Yeah. You could argue that both sides are trying to win this now rather than wait for the second leg as a result of it. Again, because of the position, the players that are available for both sides. But I want to see two attacking teams. Especially, okay, all right, yeah, it's 180 minutes and everything, but again, as we've been talking about in the previous rounds, with the away goals being taken away, it makes it even more impetus to go for it properly in either leg, rather than just go all out in the first leg and sit back, because you've got that added bonus of whatever's happened in the previous round. I'll be very surprised if for example, De Bruyne doesn't get on at least an assist out of this, and technically Modric continues because he's got quite a few assists in the games we've been watching. Not specifics, but he started off some of the movements that have led up to the goals and everything. So Yeah, very. To say, very impressed with the starting 11 we've seen now, because obviously we see City week in week out as league supporters, and likewise we've seen the best and the worst of Real Madrid over the last 4 games that we've seen. So it's now I'm getting a bit more of a picture in the head of what Real Madrid can do. Yeah, it's going to be it's going to be a long conversation, I think, somehow, mate. I don't think we're going to have too many tangents going off talking about other things tonight somehow.
No. Well, no. I've never been talking about random Coventry players tonight, I've got to say. So, like we did, I think it's the PSG game, was it? Real Madrid PSG? I think
it was. Yeah, we just ended up. Yeah. I mean, even with the Chelsea game, we ended up bringing up some really random stuff, didn't we? But
no, I think it's going to be well. Don't want to jinx it, but it could be a real classic. Well, not just this first leg, but the second leg, especially at the Bernabeu next week as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's like we were saying, the quality of both sides. You can't see anything but at least 3 or 4 goals in it. Which way that's going to go is another matter. But
yeah,
there's definitely goals in this, 100%.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think especially with the enforced changes, especially from a City point of view, like obviously Walker and Cancelo are the first choice fullbacks, and John Stone's playing out of position as well. When's the last time he played at right back? Going to have to go back a few years. And Zinchenko, he's deputised at left back quite a lot, but he's actually a midfielder. So generally, so I think
didn't he do it at Everton a few times as well, if I remember right? John Stones.
Yeah, but he probably did. But he's been at City for a while, wasn't he? So
yeah, I'm just going through it, trying to remember the last time he must have been.
Probably was
around about those days.
Yeah, and obviously he's not as quick. Well, who is as quick as Kyle Walker? No one is. So, do you know what I mean? Stuff. And that it might be the wide areas for Real Madrid to exploit City. Obviously, Zinchenko down the left hand side. Obviously, Stones a good enough defender, of course. But when you got Vinicius and Mendy has been really impressive for me. Anyway, number 23 for Real Madrid when they're flying forward, Man City are going to have to defend really well. But you got an outstanding centre back pair in Diaz and Laporte. I mean, that's a bonus that them two are fit and in good form.
And likewise, as you're saying, like having Modric and Cruz and Mendy running down City's right as well, for that matter, could be a very, very good battle for Stones. Technically, if they do that tactic, he could be swamped, but he's got a level head. Even though he used to play for Millwall, he's got a level head, and it's going to be interesting to see what the tactics are going to be. Who's going to score first, and then what? Like it was in the previous rounds of who's going to score first, and then what's going to happen as a result of it. Are we going to see the typical sort of 2 very good managers with 2 very good teams doing the boxing, sort of testing each other out for the first 10, 15 minutes, or are we just going to see or we just literally just going to see end-to-end, wall-to-wall football? It's going to be one or the other.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and I think Real Madrid, I'd be surprised if they played different tactics to what they did in the especially in the first leg against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, where they defended fairly deep, didn't allow the space in behind, and they countered fantastically. And when they did get the ball, they pressed from the front, leading to I think it was the third goal that Benzema, his second, the third goal overall, and Edouard Mendy made that bad mistake in the first leg, which ultimately cost Chelsea because they played brilliantly at Bernabeu, but it cost them. And in that game against Stamford Bridge as well, Vinicius fucking tore Christensen a new arsehole with the amount of runs he made towards him. Then he couldn't really cope. So I think I'd imagine it'd be a similar tactic where Vinicius, you run at Stones. He's not used to playing that position. Obviously, he's not as quick as Kyle Walker, or Reece James for the matter as well. So, I think that'll be something that Real Madrid will probably exploit. But Diaz and Laporte have got to be on their game, which I'm sure they will be, because if you give, as we've seen in the games with Karim Benzema, you give him a sniff or even half a chance, he's going to bury it.
It's not even that, mate. It's not even that. If either of those two sneeze, they're going to concede. Do you know what I mean? It is literally that quick. It is literally that how quick the back four can be exploited. Really, really can, especially with attacking 4 or 5 that you will be seeing. both sets of defence are going to have to be absolutely 100% on it. And so you could argue, from one point of view, that Stones being out on the right is the weaker part of it, as we've discussed. But yeah, I reckon if anything, it's going to be wing play rather than straight through the middle for both sides.
Yeah, exactly. We'll watch all the goals come through the middle now.
Exactly, yeah.
Mate, as long as we get goals, I don't care where they come from tonight.
I mean, to be honest with you, mate, us watching the quarterfinal rounds kind of gave you and I a bit of perspective with Chelsea. You know, because as great as we said, as brilliant as they played, I mean, Russ said in the for the second leg they were the better side for the majority of the game, and you know, but you saw the weaknesses there. We saw the weaknesses with Arsenal, and we saw the weaknesses that unfortunately we couldn't properly exploit because of the changes, totally justified changes that Moyes did on Sunday. But with City and Real Madrid, you don't really see all that much. That's why the first leg of the last 16 went to the 1-0 with PSG, because PSG just couldn't exploit it. Real Madrid have defended fantastically well over the last 4 games, and so have City for that matter. You know, they've kept 5 clean sheets, I think, so far in the Champions League, something like that.
Yeah.
But as I say, it'd be interesting to see who scores first and what the tactics are going to be as a result of that.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it'll. To be honest, I think both legs will follow a similar kind of pattern, really, where like City will dominate position. They do in every game, no matter who they play. I think that'll be the case, and can Real Madrid withstand that? And as you've rightly said, they have defended well at times, but have they had an absolute avalanche of possession against them and chances? To a certain extent, they have, but for a full match, that'll be a real test for them. But City are there to be got out on the counter, especially with. If I imagine they'll play as the same, no matter personally, I imagine Stones and Zinchenko will fly forward, even though they're not the first choice. Fullbacks, they will fly forward and exploit the space. And Rodri, as much as he's a fantastic midfielder, he's not the quickest across the ground. So that might be something for Real Madrid to exploit on the counter for sure.
But with a team like City, you don't need pace in midfield. You really don't, because as long as their midfield is more technical than it is pacey. So as long as they're able to put a decent ball through, they'll be absolutely fine.
Oh, absolutely, and that might be why Ancelotti's gone with a more technical base midfield. Obviously Modric and Kroos. That's probably why he's playing Valverde instead of Casemiro, because there's no destroyers in City's lineup. It's Rodri, Bernardo Silva, and De Bruyne. So very technical, high quality midfield, and that might be part of Ancelotti's thinking. Okay, well, we're not going to be bullied in midfield. It's going to be who's going to pass the ball better and create open spaces. And you want to get it much better than the Kroos and Modric, but Man City's midfield are equally as good as them.
Absolutely, mate. Completely agree with you. And I guarantee we're going to see a few long balls from De Bruyne tonight. That's for damn sure as well, to try and get over that midfield wall that Ancelotti's put in. But as I say, both sides have got. To be honest with you, man, just looking at who they've got. There's no. I mean, apart from playing Stones technically out of position, there's no real surprises in that. You're not thinking, oh, why is he playing Jesus up front? Why is he? Do you know what I mean? And likewise with that, because Real Madrid, give or take, like you're saying, like two players, it's pretty much exactly the same size that we've been seeing in the previous rounds, and Man City's again, they're having a few changes, but there's again, you're just gonna sit there thinking, well, yeah, that's about as strong as you can possibly get.
Yeah, spot on, mate. And I think it could, again, like the games we've seen, it could come down to the impact of both benches. Obviously, both teams to make 5 subs, and it could come. And I think Real Madrid, their subs. I think Rodrigo, he come on against Chelsea, he made a real difference, and obviously he gets a start tonight. But just run through the benches quickly. I mean, from an attacking point of view, there's defenders and goalkeepers, but attacking wise, for Man City, you've got Sterling. What a player to be on, Gundogan, Grealish. Do you know what I mean? That's just 3 of them, among a few youngsters as well. And then from Real Madrid, Asensio, Casemiro, as we said, we've got Bale and Ceballos. Isco, and I think Camavinga made a difference when he come on actually as well.
Yep, Nacho made a big impact with the last round when he came when he was on as a sub as well, didn't he? So anything's possible.
Yeah, no, definitely. So 10 minutes to kick off and getting the old juices flowing. And we don't even support either side, but it show obviously it's going to show our every round series in the knockout stages, but obviously semi-finals. This is
we've got every score prediction wrong so far, mates. We might as well continue it.
Yeah, well, that would be wrong if it's more goals. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, as I say, because I've really warmed to Real Madrid over the last few weeks, and even though I do agree with my boss, I reckon he said that he reckons Man City will win it 3-1. I kind of agree, but I don't think it's going to be that open. I think it's more going to be like a 3-2. To be honest with you, as I said, there's definitely goals in it, but I reckon it will probably be a 1-goal decider in it. But as I say, my head's saying City, but my heart's saying, from what we've seen, my heart's saying possibly Real Madrid will just be that little bit stronger.
Yeah, no, you're right. We keep saying it, and fans and pundits are saying it's obviously not Real Madrid side of old, but they're getting the job done. They know how to win this competition. As I say, I think, I don't know, from the top maybe 12 times they've won it or 13 times. It's
something like that. Yeah,
ridiculous how many times they've won it. And when you've got winners,
they've been nicknamed like the Kings of the Champions League or something, isn't it? Something like that. It's been floating around the last few weeks.
Probably, yeah. I mean,
Kings or the Princes or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I might just we've still got 8 minutes to kick off. I might just have a quick look. Actually, how many they've won. We're going to run out of space on the internet. How many times they've bloody won it? All right, okay, the league, Champions League. Yeah, 13 times. It's insane.
So maybe this will be the lucky 14 for them then. It's potential. Could happen. Very, very easily could happen.
Well, I think with the last 2 ties that are very tough draws against PSG and Chelsea, would they have been expected to get past? I don't think so. But as I said, they know how to get it done. When you got winners and experience in your team like Benzema and Modric and Kroos, Courtois at the back, Alaba's been there with Madrid and Bayern Munich as well. They just know how to get it done.
Yeah, absolutely. And while we're talking about PSG, obviously, because we've got a couple of minutes spare, because you've probably seen it, and the guys that are watching this probably seen it as well, for that matter, that obviously Pochettino is as good as on his way out at the end of the season, and what's his name? Spurs manager, what's his name? Conte. He wants to take over PSG, apparently, for what the rumours have been floating about. So that would be very, very funny if we saw a managerial swap in that way, like how it was with us and Charlton. The two Allens swapping over, swapping roles.
Pardew. I mean, you got Pochettino and Conte, and then Alan Pardew and Alan.
Because it was literally what? It was about the space of a couple of weeks, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't that long. Yeah,
right. And are we going to see that in the summer? That would be quite an entertaining one to keep an eye on for.
No,
I mean, obviously, that's the only one I can remember in recent memory. The two managers have got respective jobs very, very quickly for the teams that they used to manage and stuff.
Well, I think with Tottenham's problems, they've turned it around under Antonio Conte, as you'd expect. He's top drawer, but the problems they've had since Pochettino left, well, they shouldn't have sacked him at the end of the day. So all the problems, obviously losing at home and shit performances and all that, and getting knocked out of Europe embarrassingly, well, that's all come from sacking their best manager this century. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. And they've had, 3 managers in 2.5 years?
Oh, yeah. How long we got?
Mourinho,
Nuno,
Sanchez, whatever his name is, and then Conte. De Santos, whatever his, the old Wolves manager.
Yeah, Nuno,
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, Yeah, they've only got
If
themselves.
anything, that was going to that will prove that Russ was watching, because if anything, in the next few seconds, we'll see something come up in the chat. Are we still here?
All right, where we go then? So we've got blue and white flags are flying at the Etihad Stadium. So
let us know when you're on the 20th second, mate. And so pause it on the 20th second, and I'll let you know where I am so we can catch up with each other.
Yeah, no drama. So I think you've already said your prediction, but we'll confirm it anyway, just in case you were thinking out loud. What's your score prediction for the first leg then?
I do agree that I think Man City are going to win it, but I reckon something like 3-2 or maybe a 2-1. I don't think it's going to be that open.
Gonna have to push you.
I just said Man City will win it.
Yeah, but then you gave 2 score predictions. I need what I need to hear one, man. No getting away with what I said. So it's like, no, you gave 2 predictions. So
all right, Fanny Craddock, I'll give it 2-1 then. All right.
Right, that's good, because I was going to go with that, but I'll go with Man City 3-2. In that case, it'd be
nice. I gave you the hook for both of them, yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice and open. As I say, Man City to dominate the ball. I think Jesus is on fire at the moment. I think I fancy him to get a goal or 2. But yes, it is, Ross.
3-1, mate. 3-1.
Open, as in plenty of goals for us. That's usually how it works, anyway. So yeah, nice open game, and 3-2 is what I think.
Could well be, mate. I mean, at the end of the day, so I'm just getting distracted by that dodgy carpet. Honestly, it looks something out of a Indian curry house where you see them all waiting to warm up to come out of there. But no, it's just going to be. I know we said that the quarterfinals was like a masterclass on how to play football. Because there's not many sides that can give Chelsea a masterclass, but I've got a funny feeling again we're going to see that tonight. I really do.
Yeah, well, I think at City there have been occasions where like they've ever since Guardiola took over, actually, where like they've created so many, especially probably this season actually in particular, because they don't have that. Maybe, apart from Jesus, maybe he's not even played as a number 9. He probably is tonight, but he's played out wide quite a lot this season in that front 3. So like they don't have that natural centre forward like Aguero or whoever. So they've probably missed more chances this season than they ever have. So and Chelsea, we keep saying it, but that first leg, Lukaku had those 2 unbelievably guilty chances, and if he's fit and firing, if he had an Inter Milan shirt on, he would have buried him. And in the end, you could argue it cost him.
Yeah, only if he had his West Brom shirt on, he's burying him as well, for that matter. But
yeah, or Everton, yeah, exactly.
But it's just that's the funny thing about football. I mean, it's been a weekend of dodgy fucking penalties, isn't it? It really has been once again. That's the funny thing about football, is just that's why we love it and hate it at the same time, because it's so unpredictable. It's all about opinions. It's all about hypotheticals, ifs and maybes, and all the rest of it. But yeah, it's just something we can't live without, and we're going to have to live without, because it's end of the season this time next month, isn't it? So literally this time next month, 26th of May. Yeah. I'm not looking forward to that game, mate. I'm really not. Noble's last ever game for West Ham. Well, I'm not looking forward to that.
No, who's the last game? Is Brighton away, isn't it?
Brighton away, yeah. I was going to go to it, but Paul's been has had a few changes scenarios, so we'll be watching them from home. Unfortunately, I wanted to go to Norwich, but he said he can now make it. I want to go to Brighton, and he can now make it. So, but to be honest, in hindsight, I kind of think it's probably better to not be around those amount of people when. I mean, obviously, we're going to do it for the Man City game, but it's going to be which is obviously going to be very emotional. There's a whole day worth of celebration of Noble ex-players, and there's loads of stuff that X has been talking about what the club's going to be doing. But to be physically there to watch Brighton, I'm guessing Brighton away, the Brighton side to give him a guard of honour as his last ever game for the club.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy.
No, I'm not crying. You are. Cheers, Sharky. Thanks, mate. Some Man City fans are booing the Champions League anthem again. Yeah.
Hello, mate. Good to see you.
Good to see you, mate. Yeah, they've got a weird relationship with Man City, and I can understand it with the court cases. You know, went to CAS and a court arbitration for sport with the FFP and all that. So
I know, but even then they fucking bottled it. Was it seven counts and they let them go of half of them? Was it 3 or 4 they let them go? So like, right, you can't do this, that, and the other. But
that's what happens when you have UEFA in charge of anything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're fucking weak as piss. But yeah, Russ. Yeah, my God, yeah. Oh,
but he's watching the adult channel. That's why.
Very good, very good. Right, back to the football. So we're underway. So I'll play 20 seconds and wait for you to catch up, mate.
Not that far. Just a nice little hug from Ancelotti and Pep. That's where I'm at the minute. So I'm not that far behind you.
It's weird seeing. I know, obviously, changed strip, of course. I can understand, but we're seeing Real Madrid in a changed shirt rather than their traditional white. Right, there we are. 20 seconds. This is
okay. What I'm seeing at the minute is just that the camera's just changed it just as I said it, but
yeah, exactly.
It's just been focused for 20 seconds on Phil Foden's bowl cut. Honestly, it's ridiculous. All that money, you can't have a decent haircut.
Oh God.
Well, the reason why I said 20 seconds because it's normally about then when the clock kicks in. Isn't it?
Yeah, that's right,
for these channels. So 10 at the minute. So
right.
6, 7, 8, 9, 20.
All right, here we go.
Sound.
Oh, we're not missing the dulcet tones of Glenn Hoddle and Owen Hargreaves tonight. I'll tell you who's a good commentator though. Who's commentating tonight is Darren Fletcher. I think he's very underrated. I will say he's very good.
Once you get over his accent, yeah, it's really it's sometimes it's like hearing chewed glass. It really is, but because it's so thick and strong. Once you get through it, you're
as good as that, mate.
Huh?
As good as that,
eh? But yeah, I'd take his voice any day of the week over fucking McManaman. Honestly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, it's a Stevie. He does it. It's the same as fucking what's his name, Carragher. He cannot go. Neither of them can go through one conversation without mentioning Gerrard at some point. They can't do it.
Yeah, Sharky. 5-year-old sister cuts his head. Not too wrong, man. Not too wrong. Right, a minute and a half in, and as expected, Man City dominating the boys. Mahrez cuts his side. Back cross. Go! My God, we wanted a quick open.
Brian's watched the FA Cup 1980 final with that header. That was brilliant. That was a Trevor Brooking special.
And it's Kevin De Bruyne. What a start for Man City. We expected goals early in this match, mate, and we've got one after a minute and a half.
We talked about it earlier. I said it's even going to be like a sparring match, or it's going to be gung-ho, isn't it? And it's exactly what's happened.
Oh, yeah. We've got really good play by Mahrez. Obviously, you know what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Classic, cuts his side, but a wonderful cross. We're going to see it again. Ball's played out by Rodri. Out to Mahrez. He's outnumbered, but yeah, good run. Takes past Modric. Dinks to the back post. De Bruyne is one on
perfect. But say what I'm saying about inch perfect deliveries, man. That's just
it was the whip on it. And he does well because Carvajal
almost knocks in, doesn't he?
Yeah. So
look.
Yeah, that's a really good header. And even Courtois, even he can't save that one.
No. Oh, gangly legs as he normally is, but
yeah.
Stretch Armstrong for Chelsea. But yeah, it's just beautiful, really perfect.
I mean, with like Mahrez, you know what he's going to do. It's like Iron Robin. You know he's going to get. You know he's going to cut in on his left, but you can't stop him.
I mean, he dragged in 4 or 5 Real Madrid players and to give that space
out of the game, and you can do all that, do all the hard work, but then fluff up the cross, inch perfect ball.
Yeah.
And De Bruyne, as I say, he's not really known. He can do everything, but he's not necessarily known for his heading ability. But that was some header into the net. And
but with the same point, the reason why he's done it is because he's got so much space, bar his leg. You know, he's got so much space around him. He can try that and just perfectly on target.
Yeah, well, he had no choice, and plus he had no choice because he couldn't quite get get the volley in, so he did perfectly.
Exactly.
He's now. That's the foul. Yeah, Sharky, great, really good finish. And unfortunately, Russ, for you, I'm not joking, mate. Really good one to catch up on when you get back home. But yeah, the perfect start for City and Real Madrid. It's absolutely shell shocked after that.
Yeah, completely, mate. I mean, it's just like it's just you can argue from the other perspective about the positioning of the Madrid players, like I'm saying, the amount of players that got dragged in for Mahrez's run, but yeah, taking nothing away whatsoever from that immediate attack, and now Real Madrid not really going with the same sort of level of impetus, and Vinicius just technically gives the ball away out of that, but
just need to get composed, a bit of possession for a few minutes from Real Madrid. I'm sure they'll try and do that, but it's easier said than done against a City side who press relentlessly from the front. And even though they got technical players in midfield, you got Bernardo Silva will run all day, Kevin De Bruyne will run all day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they've got and Rodri as well. So they've got the work cut out, Real Madrid. Ball's played forward by Alaba. It's intercepted by Diaz with a good header. Who's the skipper tonight? Stones with a outrageously ambitious header. That's the advantage of having a centre back at right back. Obviously, when the ball goes to the back post, he'll fucking win them all day. Do you know what I mean?
Surprised Modric when he did it. It was like, hang on, what?
Yeah, exactly. I didn't know where to look. Ederson plays it forward.
Well, it's a good thing we're watching this in HD now, because otherwise you're not seeing Ederson, because his green kit's about the same level green as the pitch.
What a bad pass! Oh dear. Benzema.
Oh,
that
was a chance.
Zinchenko did brilliantly there. He got goal side as quick as he could. And as Ederson giving it the way, very unlike him. It's a chance for City, though. I think it's De Bruyne on the left. Good pass. Here's Jesus. Oh, it just hits his heel.
Yeah.
Oh, that is unlucky. Really, really unlucky. But yeah, this game has
Mendy on that attack then just kind of had to look around to see what was going on for half a second. But great run from Vinicius, and again, great tackle.
Yeah, mate. We wanted it end to end, and mate, I think Pep and Ancelotti will listen to our watch along before they come out tonight. Here's Rodri, plays it nice and calmly to Diaz. Yeah, that was
Pep, if you are listening, give us Jesus in the summer, will you? Because he's leaving on a free. Bring him down.
Give us Foden if you fancy it as well. That uncharacteristic from Ederson, doesn't really give the ball away very much, and that was very slack from him. He must have been watching Stefan in the FA Cup semi-final. Oh my God, we can't get over that.
Or Mendy over the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah. For Chelsea. Yeah. 100%. Here's Laporte, plays it forward to Zinchenko. And as you expect, Man City just they're going to absolutely dominate the ball, especially at home anyway.
You see, the funny thing is, I was just thinking back on years gone by. For example, that away game in Reading when we were down at the Championship, when Jack Collinson just, what was it? The bloke was adjusting his socks and Collinson went, "Fuck you," and just took him out because he was just pissing about. And it's just, I'm kind of expecting Real Madrid to do the same sort of thing with all this sort of possession. No, apart from Modric's run to try and get the ball then, but just backed off at the last second. Nobody's actually really trying to intercept the ball from City. They're just letting them pass it.
Yeah,
as I say that now, they all start kicking in as fucking usual. But
I think this is it's similar to what they did in the to be fair, but in both legs against Chelsea, they didn't necessarily press from the front all the time. They did
No.
in spells. They did, but not all the time. But you've got to have the players to do it as well. I mean, Modric and Kroos with the way they play and their advanced years don't have the ability or the physicality to relentlessly run around for 90 minutes. They've got to pick and choose their moments, which obviously
absolutely, of course. I mean, that's the sign of a good side. But at the same point, you know, because most of the Real Madrid tactics have been wait for a mistake and hit it on the counter attack, which is why they're doing the tactics they're doing it still here. But it doesn't matter how many times you see that angle of that goal. That's just brilliant, and it really is good.
Say some edits. Keep his eye on it all the way with Carvajal with his leg, you know, dangled in front of him. You know, to keep his eye on it and to get the power and the accuracy on it as well. So, I mean, he's a top player and he can do anything, mate. That's great defending by Laporte. It was Rodrigo who had the run on Zinchenko there.
Yeah, looked like it.
Is Benzema the captain, the talisman for Real Madrid? Back in defence now is Kroos is dropped deep, plays it out wide to Mendy. You'd expect to go fly forward in this down this left-hand side. Good on the ball, Mendy plays it back to Kroos. It's Militao. It's very good pressure from City, as you'd expect. It's all the way back to Courtois. That's a poor.
If you're interested, mate, Weymouth are 1-0 up over Wrexham.
Oh, let's switch this off and stick that on instead. I'll just go into the chat. Well, I think you'd be happy with this, Russ. Jesus is coming to Arsenal. I think you'd be happy with that, mate.
Very good player, underrated in terms of his ability. Bearing in mind who he's got around him, I really do like Jesus. He's a lot better than he used to be. You know, he was quite inconsistent when he first joined City, but he's been brilliant last 3 or 4 seasons. Absolutely superb. And 2-0.
Oh, he's a man in 4 minutes.
Talk with the devil. Talk with the devil.
Timed that perfectly, mate. Oh, he's been a great formation. Say a lovely turn, and that's a finish of a man with such confidence running through his veins. And it's Man City 2-0 up after only 10 minutes. The perfect start.
Let's have a look at this replay. But again, I think there's spacing issues, man. Spacing from Real Madrid's point of view.
He just drops at his feet. So the ball's played forward down the left.
Yeah, that huge space.
Is it Foden out
yeah,
there?
Hoddles just said exactly the same thing. Look at the space he's got.
Goes to the near post. Oh, dear. It's Alaba. Alaba doesn't clear it.
Yeah.
Wants to get in front, doesn't win it, and then Jesus is gone.
Hey, look, just everybody just standing around and watching it. That's what I'm talking about. It's just like, I mean, Cruz could have pelted in. Who else? Alaba, like you say, I mean, Mendy could have jumped in on running on that, but just letting everybody just wait and see what happens. It's like Real Madrid's West Ham at the minute. What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, you rightly said, mate. Real Madrid have defended well last couple of ties, but today, this opening 10 minutes, they've defended like Real Madrid of yesteryear, like wide open and not concentrating properly.
I mean, I don't think it's going to be an embarrassment that the scoreline is potentially predicting, but Jesus, they're just not awake, are they? Real Madrid, just not awake.
You just said Jesus. I was like, yeah,
I know.
You're right, mate.
You know, at least it's not like Motson during the Euro '96. That clip was hysterical. That has never lost me.
What one was that?
Where he's commenting. I can't remember. It's not England, Germany, but it's Germany because he's took because that's when we talked about before, and with Kuntz when he was on the ball.
Right.
Or Kuntz is how you originally used to pronounce it before PC Brigade came into play. and Watson was saying something about it was a tackle or something. I can't remember. He was saying, no, it's not right, cunts. It was because he was on the ball. So he had to get back to talking about the game, but it was so funny. It was on that Badil and Skinner Euro 96 program they used to do where they get like, like with Match the Day 2 with Too Good, Too Bad. Find some funny moments to say, but that was brilliant.
that reminds me of for a different reason in terms of cutting to or like a sentence halfway through is out of context, but in reality it's just the news story. It's I say famous is the infamous one with Mark Austin, the ITV News. Well, he was, I think it's a Sky now, but the ITV News. He said it's the one that goes viral all the time. You see, and it's "Good evening, paedophiles." It's that one.
Oh yeah.
Like that out of context is absolutely hilarious. But like, obviously, if you play the full, it's like I don't even know what the story is.
But you see, that's the problem with the person doing his auto cue not putting a stop. Because it would have because it would have been good evening. Paedophiles are on the increase, but no, there's no dot, so you just went good evening, paedophiles on the increase.
Yeah, exactly, mate. And that's the thing, especially obviously when the clips cut like that out of context, it's horrific, and it's funny, obviously. For reasons.
Oh, there's loads of stuff like that, mate. Honestly, it's just.
Oh yeah.
Do you because Radio 1 used to do it, innuendo bingo.
Yeah, that was great.
I've been watching the clips on YouTube recently. Some of them are I'm in hysterics. Here we go again. Build up.
Silva. Oh, good ball with De Bruyne is on the left-hand side. Carvalho's the nearest defender to him. Plays it back. Oh, look at the space for Rodri.
Again, just totally asleep.
I thought he would have had a shot then, but not to be. Zinchenko crosses it. Oh, it's well blocked by if it was Rodrigo in the end. But yeah, we'll just go outside the amount of spacing. Yeah, it was pretty poor, mate. Oh, what a ball that is!
Just keeps it in again.
Oh, what a cross! I'm going to get back and defend that one. I'm guessing there's no flag.
No.
What a touch by Phil Foden. That is world class. That is. Zinchenko plays a hopeful ball forward. He is onside. I think Mendy's on. It's on play. Oh, great touch! A lovely ball as well. But
second phase, Mare should have pelted in that further. That's a you're right, mate. It's a totally great touch. It's just it's inches away from the touchline as well, isn't it? But Morris should have been awake because he was offside for the first phase, but second phase perfectly onside. Boom, should have tried to bury it, and that would have been 3-0.
Maybe might have been his heels. Probably wasn't expecting Foden to even control it that well.
Absolutely.
But no. But I think that the spacing, mate. We've praised Real Madrid's defence, especially against Chelsea in the first leg and
PSG. They did really well against PSG.
But tonight, this opening 16 minutes, they've been all at sea.
Absolutely, mate.
He's just said the double. They've got to try and keep the ball back, take the sting out of the game. Real Madrid, every time City fly forward, if they're going to create a chance or get a goal. This is what
it's almost like because there's a football app I've been playing. It's called Sidelines.
Oh yeah.
Which is it's back to the old days of what football manager used to be, just text and all the rest of it. It's got some funny stuff, and it's got like for example, it's got that famous look at his face, just look at his face.
Oh my goodness! And it's Vinicius.
Isn't it?
I was going to say that must have took a deflection, and it did so. First foray into City's box, you have to say, from a Real Madrid point of view. Edison with the header, but his Stones, not a great header. He heads it back in play.
Onside as well.
A lovely ball by Benzema, and then to Vinicius, cuts inside. Yeah, to deflection.
Slightest of touches, if that wasn't that case.
I think Diaz it come off. But so Real Madrid corner.
Interesting.
Kroos takes it. Oh my god!
That worked, didn't it? That communication worked.
That was. Carmel plays about the Kroos, and if he touched it, he would have been well offside. But good awareness by Kroos.
Balls in play.
We should have old school. Put it in the mixer. Good old Sunday League chat.
Yeah. What I was talking about was that sidelines is because I've started playing it, and you finish right at the bottom. But you can get games where it's only like 8 divisions in it, but you can get games where your team's like 4 or 5-0 up in 30 minutes and all that sort of stuff. And it's potentially, if anyone looks at the score line now, people are going to think City are winning this 5 or 6-0.
They've been ruthless tonight so far, and there's still
Absolutely.
time. None of the Silver places forwards is De Bruyne. Plays back to Rodri.
So much space again where Mahrez is trying to run to.
They're just playing a very good game, City, so far.
Yeah. It's mind games, isn't it? Just waiting for that little window of an area and put the ball in again.
Oh, absolutely. The Stones all the way back, all the way in centre midfield. Scenes you like to see. So another good touch by Foden. It's cleared by Carvajal on this occasion. That's something for the YouTuber highlight reel. That lovely play by Foden.
An old matey falling on his arse behind him.
Edit that bit out.
What with the new Google phone? Just like the ding doink.
Yeah.
I mean, their positioning is just incredible, isn't it? It's just.
Wow, it's a sight to behold when they're in full flow like this.
That's out, surely. Yeah.
Well, I think Courtois kept that in. Yeah, heads are gone, especially at the back. Real Madrid been so solid when we've seen them. Oh no, it did go out. You're all right, mate.
Yeah.
Well, there's not a great ball back by I think it was Militao and Courtois. Despite his valiant effort, couldn't keep it in. It's a corner for City. You wouldn't expect City with the way they're playing to score a lot from set pieces, but they do.
I agreed.
I think West Ham are third behind Liverpool and City in terms of set piece goals.
I was waiting for that.
De Bruyne takes the corner header, or just missed by Stones. Yeah. Back post, Foden shoots. Oh, it's well blocked.
Yeah, a little bit too cocky from that point of view, but he's full of confidence, isn't he? His runs have just been incredible.
Full of beans.
Yeah.
And there's a good pressure from Real Madrid, but City, as you expect, are just picking them off. Good ball. Oh, no, not good ball, actually. Pretty poor from City.
No, it was to nobody. Absolutely to nobody.
Straight to Courtois.
To nobody.
With City's play, I'm getting used to saying good pass, good ball.
It's a neat idea, though. I can see what he was trying to do, but nobody was running to try and match it. That was the thing.
Exactly. So Courtois got it. Real Madrid goalkeeper, waiting for some options to come up. Here's Militao. Plays it forward. If it's Rodrigo that's after it, that's a very good ball, actually. Keeps it in play. Oh, good challenge by Sinchenko. That's very, very good. Wins the ball easily. Not a great ball forward, though. Oh, no.
It looked like he was trying to bring the foul and completely backfired because they're right on it now.
Jesus. Oh, it's well trapped back by Alaba that time.
Yeah. He's awake now, isn't he, Alaba?
Well, he had to be there. Obviously, Jesus was in for his second goal.
Because again, we said that right at the start that both sets of defenders have to be completely on it, and
right, absolutely,
not the case.
All right, Ross, how was your walk, mate?
Hello. Oh, I've got to take little lad to the park, haven't
I? Good on you.
Nightmare. Take the dog as well. It's nightmare. No privacy for the adult channel. Joking.
You not got a VPN on your phone then, no?
Don't give him ideas, JP.
Might need one, yeah.
Have you managed to catch up with the both goals?
No, I've not. No.
Wait till half time there, especially the first one. That was a sight to behold.
Very, very well worth waiting for. They're just
not supreme wonder strike. I'm not going to say it's a 40-yarder because it's not. But I mean, the build-up play, the cross, and the header from De Bruyne was very good.
I'll see if it's on Twitter quickly.
Yeah, it would be on on BT Sports Twitter. They're very good at the clips and stuff. Good ball is Benzema. Oh, it's well defended by Diaz at that time.
Oh, hang on. How far? I'm on 23:45.
22:55.
Yeah.
All right, when you get to 24, let me know.
Okie dokie.
All right.
I thought that was a Yoda, baby Yoda on your sofa there, mate. It was just a second. So at the corner of my eye, I just saw this little arm dragging out, like by the looks of
No,
it.
it's Micardi.
Well, I'll tell
mate.
you what, Real Madrid have certainly felt the force in this first.
Oh, here we go, Dennis Coleman.
In this first quarter from Man City. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, look at the space. One team you don't want to give space to in midfield is Man City, and they've exploited it.
So 10 seconds, Ross.
Cool. That's a good goal, isn't it?
All right, 24 now.
All right, it's Mahrez. Good ball forward. It was defended well by Modric. Gives it away though, and then Mahrez.
He's fallen over, and he's fallen over. I had a feeling this would happen because I thought, all right, Real Madrid's been okay, but as I say, against Chelsea, I don't think they were the better team, really. They're being found out already, aren't they?
Yeah, especially the second leg. Cheers, Sherwood. Thanks, mate.
Sherwood.
Is it Tim?
No.
Tim Sherwood Tactics, Tim.
What for you, Russ? Do you know
He's a good player, isn't he? I'll tell you, I'll take him as well. I think, they reckon Jesus to Arsenal's could be on because obviously he's worked with Arteta before, isn't he? Oh my God!
That's all right. The ref's
offside anyway, wasn't it?
Looks like it's offside.
That would have been a cracker. That would have been if that had gone in.
Yeah, Diaz gave that one away. Let's have a look at it. It obviously didn't matter in the end, but plays it back to Edison.
Whoa, that's
taking their chances. City there, they got away with it. It was offside, but
massively offside.
The
only player I've seen that was less offside is bloody Lukaku. Honestly,
what a play! That was by Silva. Was De Bruyne. Oh, well defended by Mendy. Silva places forward. Is Mahrez. Foden's free back post. Mahrez hits the side netting.
Even the commentators thought he'd score because he was like,
went with his right foot. Absolutely, he went with his swinger, his right foot. He should have squared it to Foden. Brilliant by Silva, behind Silva, and De Bruyne as well. Perfectly weighted ball. Foden was in his and goal is mercy.
At times he's run well, didn't he?
Guardiola is absolutely saving at Mahrez, and you can't really blame him.
It should have been a side pass straight to
take him off.
Shouldn't it? Great Sharky, mate. Should be 4 actually. Technically, should be 4 from what we were talking about earlier.
Well,
Mahrez is their top goal scorer this season, isn't he? I heard or something.
Yeah. He's been
Let's have a look.
He's a very good player, isn't he? Been very consistent.
Yeah, as I was saying, Jesus to Arsenal, they reckon's on because obviously he's worked with Arteta before, and and Arsenal need like at least 2 strikers.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Osimhen as well. Take Osimhen as well. Imagine that.
Who does he play for, Russ?
Napoli.
Oh, okay.
He's only, I think he's 23, 24. He's right age profile. He's a good player, apparently. I've only seen him like once. I don't watch Italian football because I find it boring.
You're right, mate. Mahrez has got 6 goals in the Champions League for City, 2 at home, 4 away. And Premier League, it's De Bruyne, the highest goal scorer. But yeah, in Champions League's levels, the highest goal scorer.
Yeah, I think Madrid have been found out. I really do.
Well, they have been. I think overall they've defended well in the games we've seen, but I think that second leg against Chelsea, they did well to obviously get the goals back. But I think overall, we all said, didn't we? And I thought a lot of the fans and pundits watching Chelsea deserved to win that second leg handsomely, which they did. But as we kept saying, the first leg at Stamford Bridge cost them. And those bad mistakes.
But they've been poor at home pretty much all season, haven't they? All of the big losses have been at home. They're better away this season.
Yeah. Alexander Edison's saying this. Oh, what a ball that is!
Great chance, wasn't it? Lovely little
Stones, bad mistake.
Yeah,
it's Vinicius. Oh, they get away with it. Trying to find Benzema, as you'd expect. It's what in the end, City defended well, but bloody hell, Stones, bad mistake. Diaz goes old school and hits it up the pitch.
Oh, nice control. Nice. What
the ball that is. Jesus.
That's what he should have done 10 seconds.
What a ball that is.
Foden. Oh, wide. Oh,
this should have been following up on that. They could have had 5 so far. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Oh, absolutely mental.
Another great move by City. Good ball forward by
what a ball that is.
Then Jesus
looking that way, was he?
Brilliant ball.
He should have, yeah.
Didn't expect
wasn't
Foden.
even looking that way, was he?
No. On his left foot. He expected to absolutely bury it. Oh, he just drags it, yeah.
Inches, man. Jesus, inches.
But yeah, Real Madrid are getting...
Take him off, Pep.
They're getting carved open. Easy
counter-attack every time, isn't it?
Oh.
It's poor. Stones again, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's Vinicius. The most threatening player so far. He's Benzema. Don't give him the ball with Van der Bot. He's Benzema, though. No one's challenging him. Oh, it's defended in the end by, I think it was Laporte.
We did kind of say at the start of it, mate, didn't we? Saying that most of their attacks are going to be down the right-hand side, especially down the wings, aiming at Stones.
Oh, that's just close. Oh, it's Alaba.
Yeah. It's not a bad header either, to be fair.
Good header.
Pretty well taken.
It's Benzema, of all people, with the cross. That's a really good header by Alaba. That's very unlucky.
Again, inches in it.
Yep, not much in it at all. And got in front of Diaz. Oh, Edison was nowhere near it. A great chance. Good effort. Wasn't easy. But that's probably their best opportunity so far. And it wasn't even well, I don't know what the XG on that is, but it weren't exactly a 1 out of 1, was it?
No. I'll tell you what, guys, that half hour's gone really bloody quick.
Oh, my goodness.
Really quick.
Here's De Bruyne. He's running the show so far. Bernardo Silva has got it now. Just away from him. He's got it now. Mahrez. Oh, good ball by Stones this time. Is Bernardo Silva. Mahrez. Still Mahrez. Silva. Look at the space.
Training match, isn't it?
Zinchenko shoots. Oh, wide. I'll tell you what, Real Madrid cannot cope with Man City's dominance with the ball. They are getting pulled apart, left, right. They cannot keep up at all. I'll be shocked if Ancelotti doesn't make a change at halftime, bring on Casemiro or someone like that in midfield, because they're getting overrun and they're getting outrun and outgunned.
I'm just looking at 30 stats, right? And they're saying that City have had 43 attacks already.
Bloody hell.
Wow. We've only just gone past the half hour mark. That's
exactly. 13 dangerous attacks. Real Madrid have only had only had 29 attacks.
I wonder what the possession is, mate.
59% of City so far.
You can't keep up that intensity.
I thought it'd be more than that, but that's still a heck of a lot, isn't it?
I just caught him on the counter on the break every time.
Oh, yeah. Bit of respite for Real Madrid. They've got the ball in the middle of the park.
Real Madrid need Danny Ceballos, don't they?
Oh, mate.
Superstar.
Best player in the world. Got to bring him on. Game changer, mate.
Oh, sorry. I meant Camavinga. Sorry about
that. But we're saying, Russ, though, the both benches, it could come, whether this leg will come down to, we don't know, but probably unlikely. But, good options for both sides defensively and attacking wise as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Man City have had 6 shots so far, and we said it could have been 4 or 5 by now. That's how mental it's been.
Here's Mendy. Good cross. Benson shoots.
What a goal!
Oh, there we go.
What a goal!
His first chance. That's
a cheeky fucking strike as well, isn't it? It's 45 degree, practically 80-degree angle, just clips it right through and just
give him half a sniff and he'll bury it. That's a brilliant strike. But what a ball by Mendy as well.
Count them out of your peril.
And out of that, and out of nothing, Madrid have reduced their arrears. 2-1. A great ball by Mendy. He's capable of this. He's good going forward. No pressure on the ball, though.
I see Modric putting that tackle.
Nice. That's too good. That's too good.
It's a great ball, and what a finish on his left foot as well.
And look at the angle he's got to take as well.
Oh,
look, he hits it so cleanly. It doesn't actually look like he touches it. It's that good.
Just the deftness of touch. Didn't hit it too hard.
Yeah.
It comes off the post as well.
Yeah, literally. It's the only place the keeper couldn't get to it.
Whoop.
And just like that, Real Madrid count them out, as you say, Russ, at your peril.
Doesn't stop me slating them for the past 10 minutes. Though.
They were asleep for a good 15, 20 minutes. Absolutely asleep.
Well, their defending's been poor, but give them a sniff going forward and they'll take a chance. Here they come again. Vinicius.
As the old cliche goes, the tails are up, aren't they?
Well.
Just before half time's best time to score.
Oh, definitely. Got a bit of zip about their play now. One touch, two touch passing now. There's Kroos, who's probably the best at it.
Well, Ancelotti's been there and done it anyway. He knows exactly what to do in these sort of.
He's not gonna. He's gonna keep calm about it. I'd still be surprised if they don't make any change at half time though. They're getting outrun and outgunned in midfield in particular. What a baller that is! Plays it forward. Look at the space. Comes in. Oh, it's well saved. It's Rodrigo with the effort, and God, this game flips on its head.
Yeah, it's totally alive now, isn't it?
Cool.
Oh, it's a great strike.
Like you said, Madrid players want the ball now.
Yeah. It's a change for City, actually.
City? Come on. John Stones, he had a man, didn't he? Is he injured? He can't be injured.
He was touch and go beforehand.
Oh, was he?
Had little niggles.
Yeah, I think he had a fitness test today. Was it, JP? Yeah.
Because I watched both managers' pre-match conferences, and him and Mendy were him and Walker, I should say, were touch and go out of who's going to be fit enough. And he said Stones was more likely.
Yeah,
but yeah, he's not fit enough, is he?
He's coming off of a bruised ego.
Well, what's going to happen now with City?
I was going to say, was that three at the back now, isn't it?
I don't know what they're going to do. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Who's going to play that for? Well, Fernandinho's got straight to right back. Whether he's going to play there, we'll have to see how it goes. But that's an interesting one.
Just Madrid will just attack that side now, won't they?
Well, I mean,
they've been doing it all first half, to be fair.
But... They've been anyway, but they'll do it even more so. I mean, Fernandinho, a fantastic player, but obviously hasn't got the legs like he used to have. No. And plus he's not a defender. So
he's not going to play as a wing back, is he?
Well, for this positioning, it looks like they're going to try it.
Well, yeah.
Well, you might try it to half time and then see what you can do after that. Get them in the dressing room, change the formation slightly.
So Mahrez is asking for support, which Fernandinho's just come undone now. Bloody hell. Was that you, Russ?
What?
I was wondering what that was.
You could hear that travelling up your trachea, mate.
Good ball for by Fernandinho.
My button's not working on my thing. I don't know what's going on. Used to. I don't know. It's messing about my headset.
I'll send it back to the call centre, mate. Get another one.
I got this from my old work, mate, but they've made us all redundant, so I took everything I could.
What did you say last
mate, I don't want to weigh in, but Bill, you're spot on with that, mate, with the baseball cap and the McDonald's window worker.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that, of course, but
No, I know, but it was just the second you said that, boom, straight.
I was going to be nice to you, JP. I was going to say you've just come back from having a fight with a lawnmower, but you know.
Did you win or lose?
At least I've got it to exploit it, mate.
We're just showing the goals for us.
I was going to say, where's the old 90s indie band hairstyle gone?
I asked my
the 90s wanted their haircut back and they got it.
I asked my barber to give me a trim and he fucked it up, so I just got the razors, the trimmers out and sorted it out.
I saw that on your video. I was like, what has he done to his hair?
Because the preview for the Chelsea game was done when I got back from the barbers. And then when I uploaded it, I was not happy with it, but I had to get it up as quickly as possible. Just literally just shaved it all off.
Have you seen the video? Have you seen it?
No.
I'll have a look at it.
Oh, okay.
Which one was it for?
Terrible.
Which preview was it for?
The Chelsea
one.
Yeah, have a look, mate. I was like, what has he done?
Was it Chelsea? No, it wouldn't have been. It would have been. God, did it Good Friday, so that would have been for. Who did we play that weekend?
Burnley,
yeah. Burnley preview.
That's good. That's good because I can't remember who the ref was, so I'm going to check. Make a note of who the ref and officials were.
That's a blatant foul. That.
Yeah, watch it back, Bill, when you got 5 minutes. It's like,
okay.
What? I was going to put a comment down, but I'm too nice for that.
Bullshit. Well, as I said to Bill, there's a little in joke in the Arsenal preview that's going to be coming up on Friday, mate. So keep an eye out for that, and put a comment when you realise what the joke is.
Yeah, watch the old video though, Ross.
Yeah, we need to do predictions for that, boys. What do you reckon?
Oh, let's get this free kick out of the way first, mate.
Let's get it half time, mate. We only got 6 minutes left.
Yeah, I need some thinking time over the prediction. I want to get it right.
Get it right.
Right, so free kick for City. Mahrez is over it. Good cross. Oh, it's palmed away by
for the cameras.
That was a camera palm away. That was
Superman.
Jersey Dudek, get your heart out, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, mate. 40 minutes has absolutely flown by. It's been a classic Champions League semi-final already.
Not going to lie, it genuinely felt like 2 minutes ago. I said that half hour flew.
Yep. Jesus, what a game he's had with the goal and his general play as well.
I love it when the commentators recap. It's like it screams to me that the director said, "Look, we've had a big increase in viewers. Let everybody know what happened," because I've literally just said about the 2 goals.
or like they got the headset on. Guys, just say something. Yeah. Anything. Just say something. Say anything.
That's what I miss about Moxon. I must admit, when a game's boring, you know from his commentary when he starts bringing the stats out that he's got nothing to talk
about. Did you know they last time this team played this coloured shorts?
It's like cricket or golf, isn't it? Just listen to the commentators; they just go off on tangents. It's completely not interested.
And there's Ronaldo. He hasn't touched the ball for 7.5 minutes. All that sort of stuff, you know.
He has to score with his left foot in 127 days.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, what he used to learn all the names, didn't he? Or the shirt numbers and stuff, didn't he? He'd have to learn them in his hotel room the night before.
He was the one that practically invented the cheat sheets, wasn't it? Because he used to spend hours doing all that stuff.
Yeah, in his hotel the night before the match, he'd just be there going over everything, literally.
Oh, good ball forward. Zinchenko is De Bruyne. Mahrez.
Nice ball. Nice.
That post. Well headed away by Militao, I think it was.
Yeah, still in play.
Zinchenko, good ball forward. Jesus. Good turn.
Pass it.
Oh, what a turn. Jesus.
Corner.
It's done very well. Corner.
I thought that was Aubameyang.
He did well, Jesus, to turn Militao there.
The Copacabana in East Manchester. What are you talking about?
Foden with the corner.
Barry Manilow.
Who said that, JP?
The commentator on BT.
Who is it? I don't even know who it is.
Darren Fletcher.
No. Got Glenn Oddle, haven't you? And you got
Hargreaves.
no, the main one.
What do you mean the main one? Darren Fletcher is the main commentator. Not the ex-player, Darren.
See, that's why I was getting confused on it, mate. It was just the fact that I don't hardly ever listen to BT, but yeah. But yeah, no, Fletcher said it was just on. Yeah, it's the Copacabana in East Manchester as this corner's being taken. I was like, what are you talking about?
That just reminded me. So I'll come back to that. That clip that goes viral all the time when Fletcher did a BT show with Robbie Savage when they did, Fletcher and Sav, like from a few years ago. And when Robbie Savage said, "I was back in my day, I was world class," and then like Fletcher's face was like,
"Really? For what?
Yeah.
When was that? When you were 9?
Yeah. Not like I think he said like there were times where Robbie Savage said he was world class, and like everyone else and Darren Fletcher was like, okay, like that.
Yeah, we talked about that the other week, mate. His ego's in his hairline, isn't it?
Well, they're Man United together then.
Who?
Darren Fletcher and Savage.
No, I'm talking about the commentator, Darren Fletcher.
Oh.
I'm not talking about the ex-Man United player.
Well, Robbie Savage was at.
Yeah, he was.
Man United.
Yeah. The boy never free kick. He was. Robbie Savage was part of the class of '92.
Yeah, that's what I thought so.
Yeah, the kid on the 15th row.
that class of '92 though, obviously apart from the players who made it, but the other players like Robbie Savage, Keith Gillespie was part of it as well. They had some unreal players.
I totally forgot about Gillespie. He was brilliant.
Chris Casper as well was a good player.
Was Robbie Savage that bloke who ran onto the pitch and had his picture taken with the United team in that Champions League game?
Oh, Fernandinho, good ball, Morris. Oh, well defended by Carve out at the back post.
What you mean? You mean he did a John Terry before John Terry did it?
Yeah, do you remember when that guy just ran onto the pitch and got in the photo, the team photo?
I know what you mean, Russ. He was a prankster. He did it.
Yeah,
I know what you mean. He
looked a bit
like I think he got away with it because he looked like looked like Barthez, I think he looked like.
Yeah, but when the photo was taken, some of them were looking at him like that, weren't they?
He had the
full kit on, yeah.
He had the full kit on with the shirt and shorts as well, like proper. And he did like it wasn't even an Ashley Cole. He just like stood right next to him. It wasn't like Ashley Cole where he was like out here. He was fucking right, like I think he was next to Andy Cole or someone or whatever.
It was it was. I'm sure it was a Champions League game or something.
Yeah, it was.
You're probably right there, mate. But yes, we've had the minute of added time.
Well, what mate, fucking what half that was of pure football. So yeah, Man City 2, Real Madrid 1. JP, sum it up, mate. What half?
Can't say it, mate. You've just said it. Honestly, what half that was? It was pretty much everything that we were expecting. For it to be, we said there's going to be a lot of goals in it. Nobody anywhere on earth would have predicted they would have scored 2 within quarter of an hour. No one would have predicted that. So the odds for that must have been unreal. But to score in a minute, a minute and 3/4, I think. It was just bonkers. Real Madrid totally asleep. They're looks like they've forgotten. For the first 15 minutes, looks like they've completely forgot how to defend. And then all of a sudden, as we were talking about, they kind of just sort of woke up and went on the attack. And very good goal from Benzema to try and put a bit of fear into God into City, and it seemed to happen. It seemed to have the right effect. But like we said, they could have had 5 goals. This could have been 5-1 at half time. It really could have been. Yeah,
no, absolutely, mate. Yeah, we expected goals. You're saying, but City got off to a perfect start. I mean, a really good move. Riyad Mahrez took on a few players and cutting on his his fabulous left foot, great cross to the back post, and Kevin De Bruyne not necessarily known for his heading ability, but a really good header, especially with Carvajal, with his leg in front of him, trying to put him off and trying to get the clearance. Good header, which Courtois couldn't keep out. And then just after 10 minutes, Jesus with keeps up his fantastic form and turn it in the box. I mean, not the brightest of defending by who was it? By Alaba. But yeah, lovely finish by Jesus. And as you say, Real Madrid just out of nowhere. This Real Madrid side are capable of anything, and especially when you got Karim Benzema on the pitch, you give him the ball, even with half chances, he'll stick it in there. And it was a really good ball, won it by Mendy. But not when it comes to him. Yeah, great on the volley, but not when exactly like through on goal or close to the goal, whatever. It was really good left-footed effort. It sort of swiveled on it, and it was too accurate for Edison to do anything about it because he come off the post. So an outstanding game. And even though we've had 3 goals already in this first half, it easily could have been more. Maybe we're just stunned into silence that first half.
It was just, as Gio from Hamish Chat likes to say, you look at the goal. I point out the mistakes in the build up to it, and from as I say, Real Madrid's point of view, the players getting sucked in too quickly for that first goal. Being Mahrez sucked in about 4 or 5 players. Yeah. Great, but again, as we talked about, the pass over to De Bruyne was perfect and had enough space. As we talked about, he had enough space to around him in order to try and try it. But yeah, it was absolutely spot on. And then, like you say, mate, with the Real Madrid goal came out absolutely nowhere. They got very, very lucky with that back pass that hit the post. If he wasn't flagged as offside, that could have been very dangerous.
Yeah, and exactly as cheers, Sharky. Thanks, mate. Yeah, Man City will be kicking themselves, and exactly. And City had 2 gilt-edged chances. One, Mahrez obviously played his part in the first goal. He should have had another assist because Phil Foden was in acres of space at the back post and didn't pass it. Went with his right foot, hit the side net, and Pep Guardiola went absolutely mental. And you can understand it because that should have been another goal. And Foden himself. He had a big chance. I think it was De Bruyne that played him in after a good build-up play. It was on his left foot. You'd expect him to get on target and just dragged it wide. So I think that was at 2-0. I think it was.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
So it should have been at least 3-0 up or whatever. But yeah, and then out of nowhere, that's what happens when you play really good sides. You've got fabulous strikers. They're never out of it. So even though City got the 2 goals, it should be a lot more for them. And from their point of view, obviously you don't want them to make it cost them, but I expect it to be more of the same from both sides in the second half.
I can guarantee that's one of the pep talks that Pep's doing at the minute, and it's literally going to go in, go look, just attack. Defending's okay, just need to mess up in it, but just be more clinical. And that's with this. Let's say from City's point of view, let's say they could have had 4 or 5, and that's what. So when you get those sort of chances, it doesn't matter if you're in the top of the Premier League or you're fucking Macclesfield Town. You're going to say, you need to be finishing those chances, no matter what level you're at. Finish those chances.
I love it that you say Macclesfield, and we mentioned Robbie Savage. he's part of it's not even Macclesfield Town, is it? Macclesfield FC, isn't it? Yeah.
FC, yeah.
Yeah, they've got promoted, so fair play to them. I think from a Real Madrid point of view, the defending has been fairly solid in the games we've seen them recently, but they've been so wide open. The spacing.
Just showing the replay of the header now and again, just spacing from Real Madrid's point of view.
Have you seen it, Russ? They're just replaying the first goal. Ball watching as well, from a Real Madrid point of view as well. Yeah,
I did see on Twitter.
Especially ball watching for the second as well. Everyone's just standing around going, hang on.
Exactly. After, less than 2 minutes, Here's the second one. If it's Foden, was it? Yeah, Foden.
Yeah, Foden with the ball over, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So look, everyone just what? Hang on.
Yeah, they're highlighting Kroos, and he just let the ball go past him. It was De Bruyne with the cross. He should be at the near post trying to intercept it. Doesn't.
That's what exactly is what it's saying. Just what we said at the time. Kroos could have been running in on it. Mendy could have been running in to help out.
Right,
No,
Alaba made the fatal error by trying to nick the ball in front, and then Jesus just turns him, and a nice composed finish.
Arteta, ring me. That's what he's.
But do you think? Well, if I was Ancelotti knows better than us three, but I think the amount of space in that, especially in the middle of the pitch, where City are just absolutely dominating, I'd be amazed if Casemiro or another midfielder doesn't come on in the second. Now at half time.
I don't know. They got a goal back. Why you might think why change it?
Yeah,
especially
if this carries, if City carry on attacking as they have been, this game will be over after the first leg. This game will be over.
If they scored those chances, it could have been over at half time, mate. To be fair.
Well, yeah. So they just seen the goal from Benzema. Yeah, that's
just seen the reactions of Guardiola to the two attempts that they couldn't score. They're getting very close. Yeah. Murray's hitting the side netting and stuff. He's going, as Sharky said, went absolutely fucking mental. And it was just like, that's why I'm saying I guarantee he went into that dressing room and said, finish your chances. Don't fuck up like that.
100%, yeah. Well, that was really good insights in the All or Nothing that Man City, Amazon documentary. You could guarantee Pep will be doing that at half time for certain.
Was that Sebastian Haller who scored 11 Champions League goals or something?
Yeah, he's been dominating for Ajax, but obviously won't be
off your parish.
Yeah. Well, if they were still in a competition, you'd expected him to get a few more, but they obviously got knocked out by Benfica, was it? Benfica beat them, yeah.
I think so. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Should get him back, boys.
It just wasn't suited. This is an argument that me and Steve have had. Mate of mine, he's got a seat next to me. It's like, but he plays in a 4-2-3-1. Yeah, but their tactics are totally different to West Ham. Doesn't the formation's irrelevant? It's about what happens.
Oh, exactly. Right, let's go.
I'm happy. I'm happy with it. I mean, at the end of the day, he didn't, as Bill, we talked about it a few weeks ago, mate. He did an interview with the papers, was just nothing but praising. Said just didn't work, and it was absolutely right. It's not like it didn't work for him, didn't work for West Ham either. So, and fair play to him. At the end of the day, we knew there was a good player in there. I mean, that goal he set up for Antonio at Southampton at home was just unreal. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Spot on, totally agree. Right, let's go to the chat. West Ham Mines. Cheers, mate. West Ham Mines 21. Let's beat Frankfurt. Yeah, fucking hope so. Zuma back? Probably not.
No, he's back training very, very lightly from what X was saying. But yeah, no, we'll probably see him for City or Brighton, but I don't think we'll see him in the next couple of weeks. I really don't.
Oh, mate, Europa League final.
With the cat.
Hello, translate this as not a moist player. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's this Thursday is just unbelievably huge. Unbelievably huge.
Oh, I can't wait, man. We really can't wait.
You're home or away?
Home for the first leg, and then away for the second.
See, that's
which is the reverse of when we played Frankfurt last time, because I did it for the notes of the preview. We lost the first leg was away. We lost that 2-1, and then we went back to win it. What was it? Well, whatever it was, it was 3-4 in aggregate that got us through to the final on that. Got a brace from Trevor Brooking in the home leg, second leg. That was yeah. But as I say, since 1976, none of us were alive the last time West Ham were in this position. It's fucking bonkers.
No,
that's why I think we might beat you at the weekend.
Mate, I don't give a shit about what happens on Sunday. I don't care. As long as I really.
There's a game Sunday, is there?
You got to let us win, didn't you? You got to let us win.
I mean, at the end of the day, you've got a game in hand of us. What was it? 8 points above us now, I think, something like that. Something crazy.
Something like that, yeah.
I mean, Champions League was never on the cards ever. It was the media that were making that out. We were never going to get, because what happened with that was right at the start of the season, Moyes said that he wanted West Ham to give the top four a good game, and somehow that got interpreted from Sky Sports and everybody else that meant that West Ham were pushing for the top four. No. And even Moyes a couple of times said, "We're not pushing for top four. You're the ones that are saying it."
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think. I think for Sunday, I think it'd be a draw Sunday between us.
It's possible, yeah. I mean, I never thought I'd ever say that the last derby of the season. I don't give a shit because we've got bigger things to look at.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
Moyes could do a rotation if we're in a decent position Thursday night. Moyes could again do a rotation to make sure that we try not to lose it, and then puts the big guns out again for the second leg.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, good point. Let's go to the chat. Kartik, thanks, mate. What did Real Madrid do wrong? Well, they haven't defended as well as they have done in the previous Champions League games this season. Been too open for Man City. Man City have really exploited the spaces, particularly in midfield, and they conceded a lot of chances. So that's something they need to tighten up at the back and made individual errors as well. So as well as a team, they haven't defended great individually. Haven't been that great either. So yeah, I mean it's only 2-1 City, but as we keep saying, it should be 3-4-1 at the minimum. So. As I said, I think I'll be surprised if Ancelotti doesn't make at least one change at half time to stiffen the back four up or stiffen midfield up, just to get more bodies around the ball. So yeah, I think that's what they're doing. But attacking wise, they're doing well. Real Madrid from an attacking point of view, but yeah, defending is not as good as it has been, and. That's what's cost them so far.
It'd be interesting to see what happens if we're going to see a three at the back now. It was because Stones came on for Fernandinho came off for Fernandinho 10 minutes to go. So it could it very easily be a back three? Looks like. Oh, hang on.
I know they're just replaying Fernandinho.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Stone's not happy with that, and totally understandable to a degree. Totally understandable because at the end, at the end of the day, he doesn't want to lose this game, so I can see why he's pissed off with it. I mean, if we're all in that position, just come back from injury, played 30, 35, 40 minutes. It's not. What are
the pundits saying, JP, about?
I can't really hear it. I got the lowered down a little bit, but because I can't obviously turn it up because get the copyright on it, but.
Ferdinand, he talks shit anyway.
Here we go. Dennis Wishful.
Hello, mate. Happy birthday, by the way, Dennis.
Happy day of birthday.
21st, mate.
Sean guy. What a player he was.
But yeah, I mean, as I say, I can understand Stones' annoyance at it, but looking at the flip side, he's literally just come back from a niggle. He's played 35, 40 minutes. He hasn't got much to grumble about, really, to be fair. Like we were saying, he's made a couple of mistakes. 29 plus 1. 29 and 24 months now, then, yeah? Sorry, 29 and 12 months, I should say. Or 28 and 24 months, yeah.
All right, let's see if Real Madrid make any subs for the second half. Well,
here we go.
Yeah, and I think it looks like Nacho's coming on.
Nacho.
Just quickly, Bill. Karthik's asked a question in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Alba's come off and Nacho's come on, which is totally understandable.
And it's just things that if they bring back, I don't know who's Kama. I don't know who that is.
Camavinga.
Not the Kama Chameleon, is it? So.
You never know.
I think he means Camavinga.
That's what I just said.
All right, Cranky.
I'll say it again in case we don't hear it again.
Camavinga.
Possibly,
Mumbles.
yeah. Yeah, it might make a difference, yeah.
So what do you reckon on that? If he's put Camavinga in defence, that's what he's asking.
I don't know about. I'm not sure about the back. He's more of a midfielder, but I think bringing Nacho on will certainly stiffen the defence up.
Sorry, so he spelt two of the words. He spelt half of it's defence, and that makes. Would it make a difference? Is what he was referring to.
Yeah. You know, Nacho's come off for Camavinga. Yeah, you're right, Russ. Yeah, cheers. Yeah, I think. I'm surprised that either him or who's Casemiro didn't come on in midfield. So yeah, Nacho's. It's the like of a light. So Nacho's on for Alaba, who had I won't say a nightmare first half, but he wasn't at his best.
So it looks like Fernandinho is actually playing makeshift right back by the looks of it.
Looks that way, yeah.
For the run out of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Where are we?
Yeah, looks like he
is. He's practically in line with the defence. So yeah.
Well, I mean, as we saw in the first half, I mean, the Vinicius was having a lot of ball down the left, so I think they were going to even attack that down City's right, and obviously Madrid's left that hand side even more so. Don't think Fobe is on the bench tonight. I think ball's in.
Here we go, Mahrez.
Here we go. Oh, it's a post.
How's he missed from there?
I think it was Foden with the rebound. Is De Bruyne. Rodri just goes over. Another big chance for Man City. 2 chances.
It's a great ball over from who was that? Put that in.
Not great defending. It was Militao over that far side. Mahrez, good effort.
Was that Diaz to put the ball in to him? I think it was, wasn't it?
Good effort by Mahrez. Hits the post and comes out to Foden. If it's Carvajal on the line, clears it. Yeah, Carvajal gets a knee to it.
Yeah, Holdridge just said the same thing. Good defending from Carvajal, and you're saying it's not it's not making it as much as it's making it look easier than it actually is.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh,
so that's a foul. Is it? Yeah, it's a foul. Post is the man of the match. It's kept Real Madrid in it for the time being. Oh, that's
soft, isn't it?
Soft,
really
free kick.
It's a free kick, but I don't think it's as bad as he's making it out. That's for sure.
Of course not. But weren't as bad as weren't as bad as defending there for that chance. I mean, that was absolutely shocking. He's better than that.
Absolutely.
And another one where City, I mean, for it to be City 5-1 now wouldn't be too outlandish to say, to be honest.
No, agreed. And it's not very often you see Man City not score a rebound attempt like that either, as well, for that matter.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Here he is, each one his own TV. James, thanks for joining, mate. Big up, lads.
Hello, mate.
Massive, yeah. No, can't wait, man. Really can't wait. It's weird with Frankfurt because I'm sure you've done it in your preview, JP. They don't have, the star players that maybe Lyon have or Sevilla have, but
they've actually got. I did some really heavy research on them. They've actually got some academy players that are playing there at the minute. 3 of them, as it stands at the minute.
Yeah.
So it's great to see that. But yeah, there's no standouts that anybody would really recognise. I mean, there was there's a couple that are leaving in the summer, but from what I remember, it was just. It's bearing in mind Glasner, the manager, who's only been in charge of Frankfurt this season.
Yeah,
he's done a phenomenal job. It doesn't look like they're going to get European places because they've only got 5 games left. Because it's an 18 league side, Bundesliga. But yeah, so for both sides. I didn't say it in the preview, but for both sides, I kind of hinted at it. For both sides, it's big. It's very, very big because obviously either team could potentially secure decent Champions League European football next season. So,
oh yeah.
At the end of the day, I mean, you can. Sometimes it works in your favour not having any one big talisman. Everyone sort of pulls together.
Definitely, I think I said it in my preview I did with James, who's a journalist, that the whole is the greater than the sum of their parts. And we've seen with, you could argue, but they did have a couple of star players. Morris being one of them, but Leicester, when they won the league, I think Greece when they won Euro 2004. Do you know what I mean? So again, they didn't have any star players, but they had a really cohesive unit. England in that tournament, gold generation, we had outstanding individual players.
I mean, you know how big that is when Ian Hislop's talking about it on Have I Got News for You?
Well, Greece winning Euro 2004?
No, Leicester winning the league.
Oh, okay.
Because I think it was one of the ones where Lineker was the host, and they were talking about it, and Ian Hislop just goes, "Well, 4-4-2." So funny.
Is De Bruyne?
Ooh.
Good block by Militao this time.
Yeah.
But still, the space. Look how much space Silva's got.
Again, yeah.
I'm amazed. Yeah, Camavinga or Casemiro. That one of them hasn't come on already. Might be too late if they do come on. Could they back post by? Oh, it's a foul in there by
climbing up on him. What's happened to his blonde hair? Where's it gone?
Oh, he went for that like the Gaza.
Yeah.
Euro 96 look, didn't he? Well, a few players did actually.
He did, yeah.
Morris flying forward.
Oh, easy as you like.
Oh,
easy as you like.
We've just spoke about Foden.
Because Russ, I said at the start of this that looks like Foden's had his bowl cut done, but yeah, he's got Jesus Christ Almighty.
Oh, well,
and also, we'll watch the replay in a minute, won't we? But it looks like, to be honest, it looks like Courtois could have done better with that. It looks like it because it's so close. But we'll see in a second.
Fernandinho, he flew forward like Carl Walker in his prime. Really good run forward and a great cross as well. Perfect cross.
No one in there, was there?
No.
It's a good header. Head back as you should do. Where it comes back from. Keeps his eye on it. Yeah, good header. And it's 3-1. It's the least that City deserve, you got to say, in this whole match.
Very least, because it could have been 6 by now. It really could have been.
Yeah. And that's not too much of an outlandish thing to say here. Pep's happy with that one.
Yeah, because as I say, that probably what the pep talk was at half time was chances.
Hey, bingo.
Finish your chances. Don't fudge it up. And
yep. Well, Pep will be even more happy because he's put Fernandinho at auxiliary right back, and he's the one who fucking flew forward like Carl Walker and put in a great cross. Pep's got a yellow there.
Send him off.
I wonder what that was all about.
For nothing, really.
The foul by the looks of it. I'll have to look at see the replay in a second, I'm guessing, but.
He's got to watch it. He's got to watch it, Pep. You're 3-1 up, mate.
Send him off. Get him up in the stands.
All right, so we're not going to see the replay of it, but
I
think it was the tackle or something that led to that throw in.
Right.
It just went absolutely mental at by the looks of things. Yeah.
Oh, good turn by Vinicius. Space here. There's a chance. Benson went Rodrigo in pursuit.
Didn't he?
Space on the right.
Going by himself.
Oh, wow.
Good goal. Gone by himself.
Back in it. Real Madrid, count him out of your peril again.
Yeah.
Vinicius, what a run and what a finish.
I think that's probably one of the best individual goals we've seen so far this season. That is just unreal.
You never see goals like that in the Premier League, do you?
No.
You run straight at him and that's it.
Was Fernandinho at fault there? I mean, that's the problem when you got someone like that playing at fullback.
45
Yeah, he
years
loses him
old.
totally.
Oh, no.
Totally loses him.
Oh, he lost it
Turned
there.
him. What a god! Just run straight to keeper. Boom.
God, great finish as well.
Because Benzema was asking for the ball as well.
Oh, he's not straight through his legs.
Just let the ball. Vinicius just let the ball run through Fernandinho's legs.
That's how you finish.
Thierry Henry style, cut inside.
Absolutely, mate.
Yeah, he's not as good as Henri. Don't be silly.
Henry-esque.
Different gravy.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Oh, here we go again.
Oh.
Absolutely agreed. The commentator just said you can't take your eyes off this.
No.
Darren Fletcher, the one that played for Man United.
Ex-BBC Darryl Fletcher as opposed to ex-Man United. I've just sent both of you
Bill, keep talking. Hoddle's putting his 2 cents in. Keep talking.
I could say anything. It's going to be better than Hoddle's analysis. I have to send you both the clip of what's about Darren Fletcher on that Fletcher to Sav. Savage said he was world class or something. I'll have to show it to you. I'm sure you've seen it before, but
More than likely. That does ring a bell.
I'll send it to you. Here he is, the birthday boy. Right, Dennis?
Happy birthday, boy.
1 second.
You're underwater.
That's right. I had the volume up way too loud. So all I could hear was the sold out Man City. Oh, it's 3-2 now. What happened?
Yeah, well,
Did Foden score, didn't he?
Yeah.
Foden scored to make it 3-1. Then Vinicius went on a blistering run down the left.
Henri-esque, mate.
Yeah, so then cutting side was
take issue with that.
It's becoming quite apparent that man can football.
Oh, yeah, he's
He can
fantastic.
football.
It helps him as well that Fernandinho is playing at right back.
So you've been down to student union again, Dan, have you?
How old do you think I am, Ruff?
He's still got his card, hasn't he? He's still got his student union card.
I probably do somewhere in my wallet. The photo is probably all scratched off, but yeah, I'll have it somewhere in my wallet.
Should replace it with a picture of you for your Labour thing.
Oh, less of that.
You should have that T-shirt printed up. Then that was
I'll buy one definitely.
Because I the day after it, I found a T-shirt template with "Employee of the Month," so I just stuck his photograph in it.
Here's Benzema. Can you sit back again?
Benzema.
Oh, nice run. Oh, that's out though, isn't it? Surely.
Oh,
that's out.
Oh, he's fouled him anyway. No, he kept it in.
I thought the ref's going to blow whistle a couple of times then. Nah. It obviously stayed on and no foul was given. Anyways, Man City, we got it now. All Foden.
Each other's way, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Right.
So where did you go, Den? Where you been?
Well, I've been had my dinner and then trying to attempt to have a birthday, but I'm not really that precious about birthday. I've spent my entire day in meetings, mate. Entire day was just meetings, and then some extracurricular activities, and then had dinner, and now I'm here. I think I've just had what you guys are going all about. I think I'm a little bit behind you guys, as typical.
Yeah, just over the 59th minute at the minute, mate. So you can be our VAR check on it.
That's all right. I'm just already. I'm not doing any more.
I'm just clear it. So why is Fernandinho at right back?
John Stones came in as a replacement, but he's clearly not fit enough, so he's put him in.
Yeah. He started at right back at Barnsley, so that makes a bit of sense.
Yeah, because
Fernandinho.
No,
Fernandinho at Barnsley is a picture I want to see photoshopped.
He's been defending like he's at Barnsley, put it that way.
Barnsley.
Hey, come from Barnsley.
Just reminds you of Mick McCarthy every time here, Barnsley. That's what
he's not that far off it, mate, because he wasn't that far from Barnsley where he grew up, if I remember right.
I'm sure he's
Dublin.
Mick McCarthy.
Yeah.
Pretty sure Mick McCarthy is from Barnsley. I'm pretty
sure he is. Yeah.
I thought he was
He's that era of Irish footballers where they were all English.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the Mike Bassett, eh, Dennis?
Yeah. Or Dream Team.
Check off Mike Bassett.
Yeah. Or Dream Team with Danny Rosford with his fake Irish grandfather.
Oh, what is it? One of them says, "What are you putting the accent on for?"
What are you putting the accent for? You a Cockney, you mug. Oh, you want me to kick your ass then?
What was it with Tony Cascarino? Wasn't actually Irish at all, or something?
No, he wasn't, but he was. So he admitted that he wasn't, but it turned out that
he was adopted or something.
Yeah, but his birth mother was actually Irish, but he didn't know because they looked this up.
Benzema's in.
Yep. Oh, it's Benzema.
Vinicius.
Great
run from Vinicius to get that.
That is a great pinch over the bloody hell that was.
Yeah, big Cass wasn't Irish.
Bang on, Sharky, Barnsley, Ireland. The famous Irish.
It's in Limerick, yeah.
Always,
it's like the nickname, like in the early 2000s for Sunderland was Sund Ireland because they had half the Irish team, didn't they? Like McAteer, Quinn,
Gary Breen as well.
Gary Breen, Kevin Kilban, like Mick McCarthy as manager. Phil Bapp played for them.
Phil Babb, yeah.
Like they had like half the Irish team.
Yeah,
they were linked with Dean Kiley a lot as well, which would have
been Phil Babb, the one who went into the post.
Yep.
Yeah,
also not Irish.
Mate, it still makes you wince when you see that on TV. As well.
He had such a good career, Phil Babb, and that's the thing that people remember him for.
Yeah, injuring his plums,
sliding into the post. Yeah,
what a G-force on that.
Oh.
It's like, what was it compared to? We watched at school. It was like in WWF where they like pull the guy down and drag him into the ring post. It was that sort of velocity.
That velocity. Yeah. Well, let's go to the chat. All right, first time view. Great stuff, best luck from myself in Glasgow. Cheers, Arthur. Thanks, mate.
Barnsley.
Cheers, mate.
Hit that subscribe button, buddy, and the like button.
Glasgow, also in Barnsley.
Yeah, everyone in the chat, let us know where you're from. We'll
put Ireland at the end of it.
Map of the UK where everyone is. It's going to be Barnsley.
In fact, that's what's going to be on JP's shirt on the holiday, just Barnsley.
I'm very disappointed I wasn't invited on this holiday.
Still time. Prices will have gone up, but there's still time.
Don't think I'll be allowed on the lads' holiday again.
Mate, I've got like no commitments, and I'm barely allowed on this holiday.
You just decided.
Russ, that would just be absolute peak. We've not even met you, and the first time we see you in person is in another country.
Oh, holiday, yeah, on the lads' holiday.
Maybe laugh as well, Bill. It's completely slipped my mind because I was going to say it and I just missed it. But so I text you all the way back, like from karting, Shavers. Yeah, that's the Phil Jones guy, by the way.
Yeah.
I was like, then Charles was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, that's the Phil Jones guy." So for Russ's sake, he doesn't know about this guy that's absolutely adamant that we can replace Declan Rice with Phil Jones. Like he said it back when he genuinely believed Declan Rice was a centre back until about halfway through last season. That just happened to be playing in midfield for us.
Because Sky kept calling him a centre back.
Is Phil Jones still actually playing?
Yeah. He played from the other day alongside Maguire. It was called Judgment Day.
He played against Liverpool.
Alongside Maguire.
Yeah, well, I say he played the first half and then got subbed off at half time. Which, to be fair, any of the United players could have been. He just was the unfortunate one.
Maguire didn't even play against Arsenal, I don't think.
No, he was on the bench. Yeah. Well, I think the incident or the threat earlier in the week probably contributed to that. But actually, Ranić didn't even. Ranić, he said that played a part, but also his form as well. So, which not not too much of a surprise. He's been
Was
pretty
it
cool.
was it Ragnick that said that United need open heart surgery?
He did. He did.
Yeah, the team needs
Hey,
open.
They can't.
It's refreshingly honest in the deflection he had under Solskjaer, I guess.
Well, he's leaving though, isn't he? So you don't give.
Well, he's not leaving. He's
monkeys
becoming
for
a
it.
He's going
director.
upstairs, isn't he? He's gonna
Well,
be
he's not going to.
Yeah.
But the problem
Yeah, I know what
is
you mean.
that
Yeah.
United are absolutely crap, aren't they? At the end of the
The only
day,
thing
none
I'm
of those
saying,
players
Russ,
want to play for the manager.
is they've got I think they've got out of what's available realistically. I think they've got the best personnel to turn it round. If they get Paul Mitchell in as head of recruitment,
That'd be.
I think Mitchell, with
amazing.
Ragnick as director of football, will go out and actually get players that this Ten Hag guy wants. It will take a couple of years rebuild. Like I've said, this is what I said to the Phil Jones guy: is what I do. I'll sell your deadwood for as much as you can get. I'll just get rid of it. And if you're short players, play young players for the first year, and then have Eric Ten Hag say, "Right, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this," and find a budget for it, and that's how they come back, in my opinion.
I think they're.
There's not many times that I agree. There's not many times that I agree with Gary Neville, but he did say that Ten Hag needs at least 5 or 6 years to get it done, and he's absolutely right.
Well, I think
it took Fergie quite a long time to get it sorted.
Absolutely,
and Klopp as well.
But I think that, as I say, they're in the same problems Arsenal were. Arsenal have got a load of players on high wages and nobody wants.
No.
I think United will be in the same position. I think they're just going to have to cut their losses.
Fernandinho, good ball. Oh, well headed away. Foden's got it now.
Arsenal are better now that Aubameyang's out of the picture. It's no coincidence, mate. The second he went, you started playing better football.
Yeah, but we've still lost those 3 games in a row. I was just like, for God's sake, really? Like Southampton, Crystal Palace, and Brighton. You're like,
save!
I don't think he knew about it. I don't think he knew.
Great reaction. It was Laporte of all people with the effort. It was Zinchenko with the ball forward. Good cross in, and he was onside. There's a great hit.
What is Laporte doing all the way up there?
No. Oh, what an effort. But like Benzema in the first half, left-footed first-time effort, and Courtois, I don't think he knew a lot about it, but his big limbs got in the way.
It's a good try as well, to be fair.
Very good effort. All these fantastic attacking players and world-class strikers, and then Laporte, of all people, as the effort on goal. Fucking sensational.
Well, it's like Tavares against Man United.
Sounds like Camavinga's going to come on.
Well, that's not too bad of a decision, I've got to say. Better late than never, I'd say.
Yeah.
I think Real Madrid, if this finished as it is, I think
they'll take it.
They'll take it. Take it and run. Take it and get the flight back.
They stole it against Chelsea as well.
The engine running pilot. Yeah. Absolutely. Right, let's go to the
smash and grab.
Cheers, Arthur. Big Jack Charlton as manager of Ireland picked a lot of English-born players and Scottish-born with Ray Houghton.
Very dodgy allegiances to Ireland, yeah.
Colchester, Ireland, nice.
Colchester.
Good Shark. Oh, really good question, Sharky. Thanks, mate. That's well defended. Would you like to see West Ham seen Dean Henderson from Man United? I think he has to make some
Madrid
good.
Could be in here.
Just
run it.
Just goes out. Really good shout. I think for me, I think we've got our next goalkeeper in Areola already. So whether we'll keep him or not, by the sound of it, I don't think we are. I think that'd be a mistake.
Areola.
I'd buy Areola.
It depends with Henderson. It really depends on the money, because if you say would you sign Henderson, the answer is yes. But the issue is he going to cost us 30-40 million because of his potential? And if so, that is most of our budget gone. It's not going to happen, sadly. I don't think United are going to loan him out at this stage. Yeah. They would sell him if they're getting rid of him.
Yeah, is Areola only on loan? Is he or what?
Yeah, Areola's on loan. I think we've got an option to buy him for like 11 million.
You may as well just take it.
There's talk of us renewing it for another year because PSG are just happy to have him off their books.
Yeah.
Which is stupid, unbelievably stupid from one point of view. But with Henderson, he's going to want to get first team football, and he's not going to have a transition with Fabianski. It's just not happening. That's the problem. That's the only problem.
Like, I would take Henderson as our next number one, but it just ain't happening.
We're getting a drink.
Quite a few reasons.
Oh, mate. Yeah, I'd rather just buy Areola. I'd rather just buy him.
And I would say if it's a case of, well, hang on, we've only got so much money, we need to rebuild. I would honestly take them up on that. And as long as they still got that to buy option, I'd take the option up on another year's loan.
Yeah, if it comes to it, yeah, I think it could be a mistake if he's not at the club in some capacity.
I mean, how stupid would this be? Genuinely, all things considered and everything, we get to the final, we win it. Areola's a Europa League winning goalkeeper, and then he goes back to PSG. It's going to be it's going to make us look idiots. Really, it's going to make.
Well, we are owned by Golden Sullivan, mate.
I know,
so
but this is the point. You know where I'm going.
Even more stupid from them.
I'm saying
the first piece of silverware that we get since literally the day I was born, and then we don't buy him.
Yeah. I mean, well, there is another argument, and I know you'll say pish posh to this, but I believe our long-term number one's going to be Trot or the Hungarian lad. I think genuinely, for once, we're going to have a youth keeper that could make it. But I don't think either of them, well, especially not the Hungarian kid, but Trot is nowhere near ready.
No.
Oh yeah.
I'd load him out. I'd load him out to like Scottish Premier or something next year.
Isn't he out on Ireland?
He's playing in. You're going to laugh at this. The French second division, but it's actually a pretty good level. The French second division.
Okay, because we've got a goalkeeper that's out. Who's the goalkeeper that's out to St Patrick's or whatever it is?
That's Anang.
Anang. Okay.
And from someone I was talking to on Hinge about 6 months ago, to see even his season to get older. Apparently, absolutely shit.
Yeah. Apparently, the league he's playing is like pub league level.
I wouldn't say it's that bad, Irish football, but I would say that the French second division is better than League One, which is what the offer on the table for Trot. So it's a better loan for him.
Yeah. Well,
he's playing for Nancy Lorraine, which are a pretty good team as well.
Yeah, ideally, I mean, you look at goalkeepers that went on loan and become first choice. You look at some. I think Joe Hart was a brilliant example of that when he was on loan at Birmingham, I think it was.
Yeah.
Then I think the following season he was Man City.
Yeah. Well, there was talk of him being England's number one. That's how good he was at Birmingham. There was genuinely people saying that he could be England's number one.
Yeah. So if the youngsters, if they're good enough to play the Championship, that'd be brilliant if they could. But easier said than done, of course.
I remember.
I can't see Nathan Trott getting anywhere. I hate it because he couldn't even hack it at AFC Wimbledon a couple of seasons ago. I know he's older since then. He's got more experience and stuff, but I can't see it. I don't think we're going to see a youngster in goal for a long time.
It's a cursed position for us in YouTube because I remember, what was it? Under Zola, we had loads of good young keepers.
Oh, Jesus!
I'm behind.
Oh, what goal! Oh, my goodness! Wow!
I'm way behind, so I've got Zinchenko running with it now.
Yeah, because you'll see Zinchenko doing a 4.6.
Yeah, going for a free kick. Oh wow, what a goal!
That is insane. Bernardo Silva, what a player he is, and he's
another player that goes massively under the radar.
Ross has missed another goal. That's 3 goals he's missed now.
he's missed the best of the bunch as well. This is outstanding. It was a good move initially, but then absolutely Howitzer into the top corner.
Why are they focusing on the ref? What's happened?
What a good word to describe it. Howitzer is straight there.
Mate, Football Manager. Text only commentary.
So
look at his face. Just look at his face.
Can I guys, please stop the euphoria for a second. I'm a little bit behind. They're focusing on the ref. Why are they focusing on the ref? I don't understand.
No reason. Absolutely no reason.
Right.
Just for the fact
he's not going to disallow it or anything. Like why?
No, because he let play on. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's it. He was. Did he blow because he puts the whistle to his mouth?
What a goal!
It looked like he was going to blow, but in the end he left it. I think.
Yeah, because then Madrid players switched off. Okay, I can see. I tell you what, I can see why Madrid players might be a bit annoyed about that.
I'll be miffed.
I mean, even if they're standing about, it's an unbelievably good finish.
Oh
no, I know. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, I know where you're going.
I'll be like, well, hang on, you blew the whistle, ref. So I'll be interested to know whether he actually blew it because I can't hear it because I've got the sound switched off.
By the look of things, he was about to blow it.
Yeah, it's just whether he did or not. That's why the Bernardo is going back and looking at the ref.
No, it's been given. It's playing the way. Could be a
fifth goal. They're in again.
Whoa!
Ross, go and get another drink, mate. Go on.
Yeah, I'll be back in a minute.
Ross, did you see the replay?
You're
of
stuck
it?
with me now. Yeah, I saw the replay, mate. Yeah.
Oh, outstanding. I mean, the fair play to the official as well, because that was the most blatant foul I've ever seen by Kroos on Zinchenko.
He threw again.
Again. It was Mahrez, not for the first time with an effort.
Yeah, it's going to be an All England final, isn't it?
Unfortunately.
Well, it should be already, mate. With the amount of chances City have had tonight, 4-2 should be 6-7-2.
I mean, I was going to say, City are close to double figures already in this. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't like it when teams from the same country play it. It's not for final.
What you mean? You mean like Liverpool Spurs a few seasons ago?
Oh, that was like a nightmare for me. I was literally praying for Ajax to hold on.
It was
then it was a case of then
well.
I have to support Liverpool because it's anyone but Spurs.
When it was Liverpool Spurs in the Champions League final, I was my housemate was a Liverpool supporter, so we got beers and we got pizza. We were bored for 80 odd minutes. Nothing the penalty right at the start, and then fuck all until about 87th minute.
The second goal, and that was it. Bookends.
When it was Chelsea United as well.
Same thing. No, you're right. Exactly. Yeah.
No. The Chelsea United final was a lot more exciting than that final. Like, it weren't great.
That was
that's one of the worst.
Mate, Tiddlywinks is more exciting than that final.
One of the worst Champions League finals I think I've ever fucking seen.
The worst one I saw was when Juventus
Milan when it went to penalties.
That was the worst game ever. Both teams didn't want to lose. They were just that was an awful game.
Playing for penalties and then Juventus choked.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Cheers off. 4-2. Can that be enough to take Madrid? Well, I think with the chances City will create at the Bernabeu, I mean, this game should be out of sight, and I think they'll create even more chances at the Bernabeu. So it possibly. But
I've seen it all now. So City fans in the crowd, there's someone wearing either the New York or the Melbourne team that City own shirt, not a Man City shirt.
That is so Tim Pot.
It's the same. Don't get me wrong. It's the same shirt, just with a different fucking badge. It's blatantly not the City badge. I couldn't make out whether it was Melbourne or
probably
New York.
It's just like someone that will understand wearing a Dagenham and Redbridge shirt. It's like, well, what are you on about, you moron?
I was just about to go upstairs and get my Colorado Rapids on.
Well, Sharky and Arthur, possibly.
What a ball that is! Lovely.
That'll be fantastic. But don't count on it.
Come on,
Modric.
Oh, it's not enough power on it.
No,
it's not just that. It's just I think he takes too much time to think about it. Yeah, he doesn't even look where he is. Oh,
drags it wide.
I think goalie would have had it anyway.
God, the amount of grass that come off the turf there. Look, he took a shot with a 7-iron down the fairway, like in the divot that caused. And here he is, the best player in the world.
Yeah, our best player in the world's coming on.
The game changer.
Too good for Arsenal, mate.
There's Modric. That was his last bit of action. So Modric is off.
That's harsh. That's harsh. That I get it, but that's harsh, man. That is.
Danny Ceballos.
God, watch him get the third goal.
Yeah, that'd be funny, wouldn't it? Commentators curse and all that. We've done that before.
Watch him get both goals now to force a 4-4 draw.
Sharky, if you're still watching, mate, what are the odds?
and then Arsenal fans were going, "Oh, we should have kept him." No, he was average at best.
Oh my God, what's that?
Best mates, he was the best out of the two with Fornals because we apparently were after both, weren't we, at one point?
Good ball, but no one there.
Weren't we? We were tracking both Fornals and Ceballos at that under 21s Euro a few years back.
Oh yeah.
And we got the right one by the looks of things.
Ceballos, he wasn't a bad player, but he just I don't know.
I think he was overrated for what he was. I think.
Yeah,
some fans made him better than what he was a decent player, but as if he was like Michael Carrick or something. He's fucking nowhere near as good.
No, not for Arsenal. He wasn't. No.
Yeah. All right.
Unfortunately, at that time, Arsenal couldn't carry a player like that.
No. Kroos with a free kick.
Handball.
That's handball, isn't it? Surely,
Yeah,
come on,
handball.
that's a handball. It's got to be.
Penalty.
There we go.
Oh, it looks like it's been given.
What's he doing with that? His hand. Yeah, definitely.
There's no
handball.
need for him
Saw
to
it from
put his
here,
arm
mate.
out as he twists round like that. There's no need at all.
City players are protesting as you'd expect.
Saw it from here on my 30-inch TV.
So VAR are going to obviously look at it.
It's got to be a pen.
Let's have a look at the replay.
There's just no need.
Oh dear, oh
His
dear.
hand up there. What's he doing?
There's just no need for it at all.
That's
Handball,
definitely
that's the
handball, isn't it?
ball. Oh, God, yeah, I know he's jumping, but his arm's out here, and it just hits his hand.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
It's off his head and onto his
Technically,
hand.
you class that as ball to hand because it hits his head first, but
Yeah.
it is no matter what. Yeah, it is.
Send him off as well, ref. Go on.
It's like, shut up, get off.
Peter Walton, prick.
What? Because he didn't give that penalty on Sunday.
Well, you could have taken your pick about which bloody Arsenal should have gave away two
That
penalties.
conversation between him and Rio Ferdinand, man, fucking had me in hysterics.
Rio Ferdinand
So
is
funny.
just clutching at straws, mate.
Big
Here
time.
we go. Benzema's going to take this free kick. This penalty rather.
Well, it is a free kick technically, but
What is it? These footballers, these shit haircuts, man. It's ridiculous.
could say something. I'm not going to.
Oh,
I said it makes. I know you'd.
4-3.
Yeah, the brace already.
We'll just go and watch your Burnley preview.
Can you imagine if away goals counted, guys?
Yeah.
This Champions League this year, innit? It's just been Madrid have just been fun to watch, haven't they?
Well, Jesus,
yeah.
Never ever thought when we were talking about it at the start, Bill, we were saying either 3-2 or 2-1. Never in a million years would we thought it would be 7 goals, man. It's ridiculous.
That's cheeky.
And it should be more as well.
Absolutely.
You said 3-2, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
3. Yeah. Well,
I
I
thought
said that my boss originally said that it was going to be 3-1, but I said I didn't think it was going to be as open as that. I thought it would be like 2-1 or 3-2. But nobody in Earth on Earth
it
would
was
have
a
thought
cheeky
3.
penalty that was.
Nice.
Lovely,
That takes bottle, takes skill as well. Which
takes balls to do it. Pressure of a cooker environment.
Unlike Fernandez and fucking what's his name?
Did you see that Fernandez penalty? Jeez.
And the Chelsea, who was it? Took the Chelsea.
Jorginho.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That was fucking hysterical. That was.
I still can't get over the
think-
fact that was given as a penalty when Dawson started pulling him back outside the box. But,
Exactly.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Like, don't get me wrong.
I
I
think it
do
was-
agree.
I
I do agree. I do agree it's a red card. Unpopular, I know, but I do agree that it's a red card on.
The thing is because
it was
just
outside the box.
before Lukaku goes down, right? You can see Dawson's got his arm round like that
Mm.
very, very quickly, and I think that's what clinched it. But it doesn't meet all four requirements for a red card.
I think it's a red card personally because it's the last man. He's straight through.
He's not
But
last man.
But it's outside the box.
Yeah,
But it's outside the box.
outside the box. He's not last man because Creswell is running in at the same point.
I just say I didn't even know that Jesus was playing.
Oh, he's just been subbed off. And
I didn't even know he was fucking playing.
Yeah, he scored 2 goals, mate. I think, wasn't it?
Who did?
He scored one.
I'll be honest.
He set up the other, didn't he? He set up the other.
I only started watching when I came on.
Okay.
That's right. He scored their Man City's second goal in the 10th minute or 11th minute.
I know Benzema
Yeah.
scored because all of Twitter was going mental.
He didn't look happy about being taken off, though, put it that way. He's on
Nobody
the phone
would
to
because
Mikel.
they think they can go out and keep playing. That's the thing.
On the phone to
Again,
Mikel.
like John Stones.
Mikel, save me. Mikel, save me.
Benzema's limping. Hope he's all right. Free kick for City though. Mahrez has got it. What's he going to do? Plays it to Zinchenko. Ball to the back post, and it's well headed away by Mendy. Not so much by Vinicius.
I'm gonna say, yeah.
Oh
Johnson!
my days!
Oh!
The chance.
Either of those two
The
could have
chance.
scored that.
Diaz was it at the back post?
And
Oh,
because
my-
Sterling completely misses it, and so does he.
Well, it's a good ball in. Sterling tries to flick it on. He misses it completely.
Oh, he does get a touch. He does get a touch.
And then
It's the rebound off Vinicius by the looks of it that puts him out.
And it went for Militao, and it's the corner for Man City. Foden's going to take it. Comes in. Good ball in. Well headed away. Fernandinho.
I thought he was going to shoot then.
It looked that way. Then Mahrez. Good ball in. Oh, very similar ball. It's Diaz at the end. Couldn't get on the end of it. Oh, even though if it stays like this, I mean, City will be happy with a win. But my God, this should be well out.
Only just, mate. Only just.
Yeah.
Should have put it to bed before half time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird going, a team's missed so many chances and they've scored 4 goals. But, like, that's just so shows how many chances, big chances, the City have had in this game.
Exactly. That's what, 8 or 9 chances now?
Oh, yeah.
Easily?
Yeah. Yeah.
Madrid really have no right to be back in this game.
I'd love to know what the XG is tonight for Man City. It must be at least 3, I'd say. 3.5.
Probably.
It's got to be. So come up to 86 minutes now. We're slightly behind the live coverage.
My fault. Sorry.
That's all right. Better than when we could watch it at the same time, innit?
Exactly. With Dennis with his VAR headset on as well. They're all good.
I prefer commercial airline pilot.
Christian Warner.
Denny, you a gamer?
No, I'm not. I just basically I got these for work, so I'm not a gamer at all now. When I was at university, people used to be really excited to play me on FIFA because it meant they were guaranteed like a 6-0 win. Because we did Facebook apologies, mate. So like, if you lost by 5 goals, you had to write an apology, and I used to really write them proper formally, like including quite a few swears, referring to myself as my piss poor, downright piss poor attempt.
Hold up.
Vinicius.
Terrible.
Should have done better than that. Anyway, carry on, Dennis.
That's it, really. I used to say, my overall piss poor display against your mighty Ajax side. I endeavour to do better and learn from you. Or learn from this, learn from you, and do better next time. But then it went up. So like, if you lost by 6, you had to do a Facebook apology and one other thing. And I think if you lost by 10, you had to write an apology to your opponent's mum. And if you lost by 15, I think you had to write a formal apology to the Queen. And if you lost by 20, you had to write an apology underneath, like, the FIFA status. The record was losing by 11. That wasn't me, but they did finish the game with 8 men. But they lost by 11. I did lose by 10 once. And I wrote a Moonpig card was the compromise. I said, I'm not writing a fucking letter to your mum explaining why I lost on FIFA. It makes no fucking sense. So instead, I did a Mother's Day Moonpig card in which I included my apology in it, and it was from him. So my apology was randomly on the insert of a Mother's Day card for no apparent reason. That was the compromise we came to. I went to Chester, Rust. So I did hear your question in there. Sorry, Chester.
Yeah, Bill. I've just looked. The XG for this game.
Yeah.
0.91 for Man City and 0.87 for Madrid.
I don't know what that means. What does that mean in English?
Expected goal.
It can't be that.
So they expected to score less than 1 goal.
Like...
That doesn't.
Hang on.
0.91 of a goal.
That was at 30 seconds.
Yeah, that was when the first goal went in.
JP, you haven't even told us who the ref is. Or linesman, nothing.
The middle finger of doom from JP there.
Yeah, he just had nothing. He's literally just walked into the stream and he hasn't given any information at all.
Around with the same note official. Yeah, and Rush, you see,
not like a foreign linesman.
I mentioned it. That's JP's thing. I'll leave it to him to announce the officials.
No, I can't find anything that's up to date. Yeah, but bollocks for us.
Should be something like Should be something later.
I don't even support West Ham, and I watch every single one of his videos more than you two do.
Yeah, but
because
how long?
I turn notifications on.
What's happening with your channel? Are you going to upload again?
I've just been too busy, mate. I've literally I started it when I was like made redundant, and then I got a job, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it's just like,
yeah, I know what you mean.
I was just busy, mate. It's trying to get time to do it because obviously like doing a video, it's not like, even if it's like a 10-minute video, it still takes about an hour to bloody like do everything else, like prep it, record it, then put your bits at the beginning and at the end and all that.
Putting your bits on YouTube, not a good idea, mate.
That's why I got taken down 3 times.
No wonder you're not uploaded, Russ. That's the reason, isn't it? You've got a YouTube strike.
Just to stand up too quickly. I just haven't had time. It's obviously family and everything else.
Just going back to the football, we're 1 minute into 3 minutes of added time.
Oh, Christ. So I'm finished already. I didn't even realise it was 90 minutes. It's a streaker on the pitch. What's happened?
What's going on here?
I am still behind you guys, so yeah.
I was a young boy on the pitch.
Oh, here we go.
Streaker. Another one.
Wasn't it?
It doesn't just happen at West Ham then.
No.
Though, is it actually a streaker?
I love his
is it just
security
people
guard.
running around?
He's clothed. He's
The
got an
security guard.
Italian flag around him or something by the looks of it.
Yeah, it's hard to say because they're not showing what's actually happening. So.
Yeah.
Syrian or
It'd be funny if it was like the
Palestinian.
old days of a naked bird running past that.
You definitely get the video. You definitely get the cameraman panning on that.
Dirty Dave on camera 4.
Fucking watch Wimbledon. That's all you see is on centre court is like them zooming on some poor woman's cleavage. You know what I mean? That's all you see. Or the cricket as well.
I know, it's so hard, isn't it, Bill? So hard to look at a woman's tits.
Oh. What camera people. Oof. What a job.
So, do you remember when in the 2010 World Cup that I think it was a hot group game, Holland game, Bavaria had a PR stunt in which they just got loads and loads of like Dutch models, the sort that would be Instagram models now.
Yeah.
And it turned out it was Robbie Earle's tickets.
Yeah, that's it.
I remember it was on. I'll send it to I'll put it in the chat later.
Oh my god, what a throwback that is!
No, because it was like back then. It was around the time when BBC became obsessed with like celebrities and comedians reviewing shocking moments, like most hated, most annoying people. There was the World Cup most shocking, World Cup most shocking moments. And some guy, I think it was Joe Walsh that went, you know what? I reckon Robbie Earle knew he was going to get in trouble, but just took one for the team. Just took one for the team, didn't he? He just took one for the team.
So throw-in's going to be the last action of the game by the looks of it, because it's just got ticked over 3 minutes.
Stoppage time. So last few seconds, and that'll be it. So an absolute epic.
It's flown by, literally.
Such an epic. We ain't watched it for 10 minutes.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
Bill had to remind me. Oh, by the way, we're in injury.
The first 80 to get out of us, lads.
That's got to be it now, surely.
Yeah, it's got to be. Throw from Carvajal. It's Ceballos. What a touch. What a player.
The man, the myth, the legend.
It's basically your Seb Haller, Russ, isn't he?
Basically, it's one of these things is not quite like the other, isn't it?
Is it? Wait,
you've got Modric and you've got Danny Ceballos.
Totally agree, Sharky.
Let me clarify. Do you like Ceballos or dislike Ceballos?
I'm not a massive fan of it.
There we are, full time.
The opposite. So he's your anti-Haller then?
Anti-Haller, yeah.
What a game that was. Man City 4, Real Madrid 3. Doesn't tell half the story. Should have been 7-3.
Don't worry, we'll let Bill do formalities. It's fine. I'll carry on in a minute.
Almost all of Madrid's knockout games have been like this, ain't they?
Yeah. We've watched all of them, mate. They've all been the same. It's literally they've no right to be in this position. They literally do not.
Well, to only be one goal in it after that is crazy, isn't it? I mean, it's weird saying Man City should have scored more. They've scored 4 goals, and they still should have scored more. That's how many chances they created.
You ready? Ready for this? Right.
The ref.
City have had 16 shots, 6 on target, and Real Madrid 11, 5 on target.
Wow.
40% possession to Real Madrid. Bonkers, isn't it?
Yeah.
16, and they could have had 7 or 8 goals out of that.
Unbelievable. I don't know if this is right. I've just searched Man City XG, and it wouldn't be a surprise if it was 2.42 for City.
Could do. Yeah, that sounds about right, to be honest with you. Going before the game, 100%.
2.41, yeah. But yeah, and that's what makes it, even more of a shock for. It's only 4. I say only 4 threes, but it was an absolute belter, classic. But yeah, should have been a lot more.
That's usually an aggregate scoreline, not just for the first game.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Sharky, I agree. Sean Guy would have scored a hat trick. Yeah, especially if Gary Neville's trying to shepherd it out of play again.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. I think even Anton Sibierski would have had a couple tonight.
Sibierski. Wow. Birthday
Retro ITK back in the room.
Every single thing, everything about Anton Sibierski suggested he just shouldn't have been a professional footballer. But yet he was all right. Like, he weren't bad. But if you just take a look at him, you're like, nah, you're a tennis player, mate. He looks like a tennis player.
Even Lendl look about him, isn't he?
Yeah. Like, that's what I mean. Like, he just didn't look like he should be playing. Like, it's like, what's the name of that? The Bulgarian winger that played for City and Bolton?
Petrov.
He didn't look like he should be playing football, but yet he was bloody mint. Like,
he's mint.
There's some football. Yeah, some footballers. There's some footballers that they
the
don't
90s
look like
want
they
their
should.
catchphrase back.
They look like they look like they should at best be playing like Conference North, but yet they're brilliant. Like,
Petrov played for City, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that they're world class, but I'm just saying, like, compared to you take a look at me, you think you don't play football, mate. Like, it's Premier League football? No chance. And they get the ball. It's like, okay, they actually are pretty bloody good.
That game, I don't know, it was Vincent Kompany's testimonial or something, and Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher played in it.
Yeah,
and they highlighted on One Life Football, and like and Petrov played for the City side, and like Carragher after we went, "Who's Petrov?" Fucking classic.
Just looking on the BBC website, Alan Shearer put, "Does it have to end?" And then whoever's doing the live feed says, "Yep, Al, it does. A stone cold Champions League classic, one to tell the grandkids about. The good news: it's only half time in the tie."
Yeah, well, I mean, that was just. I'm blown away about how brilliant that was. We were hoping beforehand it'd be free flowing, plenty of goals. But obviously, reality football doesn't always live up to that. But it was everything and even more, wasn't it?
Shearer's got it absolutely spot on because he's doing the coverage for 5 Live. It said both managers can be incredibly proud of their players and their efforts. Not so good defending, but some of the attacking play was absolutely phenomenal. It was a joy to be here. It's a joy to watch. It was absolutely relentless from the first minute. Spot on.
This would have been a standard scoreline. Like, you turn the clocks back to either like 90s Premier League or early 2000s Champions League. It always ended like 3-2, 4-3, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like Deportivo United back in the day and stuff like that. It always was high scoring, close finish.
I think this is, for me, this proves the advantage of the scrapping the away goals rule.
Yeah,
because City kept attacking. I mean, they do anyway, to be fair. But like when Real Madrid got those goals back, didn't faze them at all. Whereas back in a few years ago, you'd be like, well, let's just hold the fort and let's just be a bit pragmatic for 10 minutes or whatever. Is that no?
Exactly. Which again was what we were talking about before the game kicked off, mate. It's so good that has been scrapped because, like you're saying, as we were talking about, first leg, win it 3 or 4, Neil, for example, sit back for the second leg. It's a boring second leg because nothing really happening other than just defending for your life. Whereas now, especially with this scoreline, it's nowhere near over in any shape or form. Absolutely nowhere near over. And look, and we're gonna have a good laugh next week doing the second leg. I reckon we will.
I'm laughing at this by Sharky West Ham. Oh yeah, that was the Premier League classic. That'll be on.
I mean, it was a good day out. I mean, I
Yeah.
I got sunburnt, but
You can see. You are red as hell, man.
Here's a throwback. King Clancy would have scored a brain.
Oh yeah,
That's a proper throwback.
it was back in the day. I think the old joke was back in the 90s. You had to have either a Norwegian or a Georgian attacking midfielder in your side to be a decent mid-table club. There was no, I think West Ham are probably the exception. But
You're not old enough to remember Georgie Kincladze.
I know him from Total Club Manager 2004. He played for Dundee United. You can pick him up for about £1 million. Championship club bonds.
Russ, it's the Premier League. What's it? The highlights of the seasons.
Premier League years.
Premier League years.
Nah, also with YouTube and Twitter, like stuff. For example, I maintain that I think of my players that have never played for West Ham United in the Premier League. My two favourite of Juninho at Borough and Bergkamp at Arsenal. So I mean, a close third, Ruud van Nistelrooy, but Juninho's probably number
lethal.
one.
They would have been absolutely fucking lethal.
Mm.
And they were for their respective clubs, but
but if you combined them,
that's what I'm saying.
On a complete tangent, how Holland didn't bloody win anything from 98 to 2000, I don't know.
But, mate, how we didn't fucking win anything for the last 20, 30 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, back to the thing, but was it West Ham with the caveat of not having that, but we had Berkovic and Israeli attacking mid, so we can just add him into the mix. But,
Marco Boogers as well.
Less of that.
Ended up in a caravan. Whee.
Now, apparently that was actually, sadly, that's just internet rumor. He didn't end up at a caravan.
He did.
No, he did. It was actually in the papers.
He was a picture in the Daily Sport of him in a caravan.
Well, he did with a few bags of snow around him as well.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly,
he did an interview with the Athletic saying that wasn't true. So it was the press.
Harry Redknapp found him in a caravan.
Redknapp definitely wouldn't have found him. I think that's a stretch. Redknapp leaving England.
It's one of the players told Redknapp that he was down at a camping site or wherever it was.
Yeah. Speaking of Juninho, I can't believe the Middlesbrough side of him and Ravanelli got relegated.
And Emerson.
They got a points deduction, didn't they? Which didn't help.
Oh, yeah, because they didn't play a game, did they?
Ravanelli was the highest goal scorer that season as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think also, but the thing is, I think although he reformed himself in late years, I did read, I think it was an Athletic article Brian Robson did. I think it was Brian Robson saying that Ravanelli is the toughest player that he's ever managed because he was such a like the incredible sulk. Like he was such a diva in the dressing room. Whereas Emerson was brilliant. Emerson was a real team player, like got everyone round the table and stuff like that. Whereas in later years, Ravanelli became, sorted his act out after they got relegated and realised the effects of it. But apparently, Ravanelli was a bit of an Anelka sort of type.
He went to Derby after that, didn't he?
He stayed at Borough and helped them back up because they had him and that was it a Danish striker with long hair they had? I can't remember his name.
Oh yeah,
was he Serb or was he Danish? I can't remember. He had a blonde ponytail. That's all I know. He was all right. But then he went to Derby and they got relegated. But I think he finished his playing days in Scotland.
Right, back to West Ham. So West Ham
back to Dennis's 90s.
I love that, Bill. Moving on.
This is a good question. Well, you can join in, Russ, if you really want to. But would you start? would you start Alessi on Thursday?
No.
It's too big a game for him to do it, unfortunately. Yeah. But at the same point, the catch-22 of it.
I'd start him against Arsenal.
Yeah.
I wouldn't start him against Frankfurt.
Yeah, I agree.
There's rumours that Zuma could be. I don't. There's rumours that Zuma could be back. I don't know. I don't think so.
No. The rumours are, because X confirmed it on the podcast, that he's back in training. He's not going to be back.
Okay, that's fine. And do we know how far Ogbonna is away from playing?
No, nobody knows.
Okay. I don't think. Yeah, I think it would be very optimistic for them to play on Thursday, but no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't play Alese. I wouldn't start 5 at the back purely because I think that plays into Frankfurt, the way Frankfurt play. It's just how confident are we of Johnson coping as an out-and-out centre back?
I thought he did perfectly well against Chelsea. I thought he did
I didn't think he looked. He did well, but I don't think he looked comfortable. That's the thing, and I just think on his own, well, not on his own, but with a 2 at the back, I don't know. But
from what I understand of it, again, X talked about it on the podcast. That you apparently the rumours are that the England under-21 saying there's a potential centre back there with Johnson, so he must be decent enough to do it.
Yeah.
Against Chelsea is another level, but at the same point, but I agree with you then because the not only did Moyes do that 3-4-2-1 formation to suit Chelsea, but that's how Frankfurt play as well.
Yeah,
so I think,
if we do it, it's just match for match. It's like I can't stress. Like, go look. People watching or anyways, go watch at YouTube videos of the atmosphere at Frankfurt. We need. I'm not confident unless we get a good 2-3-0 win at home, and I don't think that's going to happen, mate. Because it's I've been to the game and I've been in the family end opposite, and I'm not scared because I was in the Frankfurt end, but like you could hear them almost like they were stood right in front of me. Like they're so loud at Frankfurt. They've got the flags, the flares, the blue touch paper. They also, they've got the, you can drink in the stands. So they got the beer, like plastic cups they throw at the players and stuff like that when they take corners. It's an intimidating atmosphere, Frankfurt. It is like the toughest away game in Germany. It's the club, it's the ground that, Bayern Munich don't like going to. Dortmund don't like going to Frankfurt. Frankfurt can be in a relegation battle, but they can decide the title if you've got an away game there later. It is a very intimidating atmosphere. This is my opinions, of course. We could go over there and win fucking 4-0. Like
exactly. But also at the same point, then you got to remember that we've got the likes of Soufal, Rice.
Yeah.
That have been in those situations before.
Oh no, of course. All I'm saying is that whereas
I know where you're going with it, Sam.
The Lyon game, okay, yeah, it was a nice spectacle at the beginning, but all they did really was just boo and hiss when we took corners. You're going to be having stuff thrown at you when you take corners at Frankfurt.
Where have you got players that have played in the Europa? Zuma. Okay, granted he's not there, but still, he's got that experience of playing in those really, really tough.
All I'm saying is that we need to, in my opinion, we need to be ahead coming into the second leg.
Yeah, absolutely agree. 100% agree.
If we're chasing it in the second leg, we're going to have a bad time.
Yeah.
Agreed. All right, let's go back to the chat. So, West Ham Mines, thanks, mate. Who would you sign as a striker next season? Because even Arsenal need one. Well, I mean, if
we need 2.
Well, for me, I mean,
we need 2 as well.
It doesn't look like he's
4 actually.
Yeah. For me, he probably won't join us. I think he's been linked with AC Milan on the free, but I'd move heaven and earth to get Origi at the club. I'd move heaven and earth if we could, but it looks like he's going to join AC Milan, so that's probably a no.
We could have taken it. We should have taken advantage of it in January, shouldn't we? We really should have done. But
Origi's never impressed me at all.
He pops up.
In comparison to what we've got, Russ, man, I'd fucking take him.
Yeah, mate, Russ. Well, my thing is, I had this JP. You got tagged in it. You didn't contribute. You've already read it. Is that
I've got about 20 notifications that I'm not getting involved.
Eddie, from your lot, Ross. I'd take him as a free, as a sort of a prospect striker.
Eddie and Ketty.
Yeah.
We should have told him last season, really.
Or get Ben Brereton on a low risk free from Blackburn.
Thing is,
honestly, I would like. I've had this before. We're gonna have so much of a budget. Realistically, we need to sign 10 players. There are some decent options on free that can fill out our squad short term, i.e., Tarkowski. If goalkeeper situation, Ariola redo it on loan, or I'll take Sam Johnson as a second choice as long as you buy a good first choice the next summer. But the positions we need quality, in my opinion, is left back, decent centre mid backup, and striker. That's where I would spend my money this window. Spine of the team almost. But when it comes to a striker, there are so many options. It really depends on who suits. And that's a matter of opinion. A player that I would love us to look at is at Mainz called Robin Quaison, who pretty much is a Mickey Antonio, but just nowhere near as strong. He can play on the wing, he can play as a 10, but he plays as a striker for them. Bearing in mind my pick of Mateta that went to Palace in the end has proven could have been a good signing for us. I did say that I thought we should have gone for him on a 1.5 year loan, but really there is no answer to this question with West Ham at a striker because there are so many options and so many options that could reject us. You know, we could go for a top class striker like Matey Boy Benfica who could backer us all window. You know.
But also, there's that player from Hull. What's his?
Yeah, he looks good. He looks
Potter,
decent. He's a winger.
Yeah,
and I reckon we could get a Sullivan special style deal where we pay them like 4 million a year for 8 years or something like that.
The thing is with Eddie Nketiah, he isn't gonna go anywhere unless he plays like first team. If he's first choice.
Yeah, I don't think it's first choice. That's the problem. I don't think it's a bad option for us, but
that's the problem that we have, right? Because jumping on the back of what you're saying there, Dennis, we need at least 2 left backs because we need at least 2 centre backs. We need at least 2 box to box midfielders. We need at least 2 or 3 strikers on a budget of 50 to 60 million. Can't see it.
So I mean that's what I'm saying. On a free transfer, one of Brereton or Eddie Nketiah, sorry. But they're not going to be a guarantee of starting every game. But I'm just thinking, if you have it between him, I'd rather have it between him and Mickey than Mickey and no one, which is what we again, we're owned by Golden Sullivan. We've seen this movie so many times. We know what's going to happen. We're going to get Sam Johnson, Tarkowski in on a free, Lingard in on a free maybe, which I wouldn't be against. I'm saying that's what's going to happen.
Apparently,
we'll find this whole winger, and then we go, oh yeah, we tried.
And not in set, but X was saying apparently Lingard's not looking all that confident at the minute. That's the worrying thing about it.
All right, then we'll spend some money on Johnson from Forest. There we are, done.
Yeah. Don't worry but this is the thing.
Lingard's going to be 30 in a year. Like, if he wants to, like my attitude last year, if he didn't want to cut, we really could have done with him this summer. But ultimately, if he wants to sit on the bench at United, that's his choice. I'm not. This isn't a negative on him. It's his choice. If he wants to stay at United, where he's not guaranteed football, fine, that's him. If he doesn't want to sign for us, fine, that's him. I think we need to move on from Lingard. It was a nice loan signing, but he doesn't really have any loyalty to us. And I don't think there should be any expectation for us to sign.
But you never know. In 2 months' time, things could be totally different.
No, I agree, and I'd welcome him. But my point is, I wouldn't get too hung up on missing out on him.
Yeah, no, agreed.
Yeah,
I think we got too hung up on him last year, and I think on a free transfer, very good signing. But he'll only be, that's a 3-year sort of deal type signing.
Whereas and he works when he supports Antonio, which is not the formation that Moyes would want to do anyway. So there's that on top of it.
And if we get this Johnson guy from Forest, he's probably going to be a Premier League player for another 8-9 years. That's the way I look at it. So I'd rather get Eddie on a free from you guys, but then spend the money on the lad from Hull and Johnson at Forest and invest long term and have 3 young players to develop. I think that's a better option for us than, here you go, Mr. Lingard, here's 15 million to sign for us on a free. Happy 30th birthday next year. I say this is someone that's just turned 30. By the way, Mr. Benfica man, do you want to join us? No. How about a loan? Oh, we tried. I'd rather us, if we're going to sign players for the future within a budget that fit the Moyes model, than hang ourselves out to dry and try and do Sullivan specials like we had under.
Exactly, but let's not forget we haven't got that long with Antonio either, for that matter. He's here for another 2 or 3 seasons.
That's why then next year, if you're not going to sign a striker that's quality this summer, I'd sign it and say, look, you're going to play half of our games. We've got Europe, we've got Cup games, and then next year Mickey's going to be phased out. Here's the ball, run with it, and then you got hopefully the parasites will be out of our club by then. And the poison will slowly be, taken out, and we can maybe, spend some of the money that the club earns, some of that TV money.
The level of the debt, we ain't seen that for a good while. We are not seeing that for a good while. I mean, obviously, when You know, we know the Kretinsky money that came in, but nobody knows how much was invested. At the start of this season, we were just a couple of million under £250 million in debt. Most of the money that Kretinsky put in was allegedly put in to bring that debt down. But we're not spending big. And at the end of the day, you don't have to spend big. It's spending wisely, which is what David Moyes likes to do. And Sharky makes a good point here to a degree about Moyes not rating the youngsters. Yes, they are setting the league alight in the Premier League too, but it's the equivalent of League Two football. That's the problem. It's the only time we've ever seen any of the juniors really was that Europa League game at the end of the qualifying round. That was it. That and they did fantastically well, barring conceding a worldie of a goal very, very early on. But at the same point, it's like going back to the discussion about Elise. It's a catch-22. You can't get. He's not going to get involved because he hasn't got the experience, but he can't get the experience because he's not getting involved. And it's exactly the same with the rest of the youngsters as well.
And I think cheers, Dennis. The thing is, obviously, we're in the Europa League side. We're in the semi-finals, and we're last couple of seasons have been around the top six. If we were, say, mid-table, bottom half, but clear of relegation, I reckon the youngsters would have played a lot more. But because there's a big jump anyway between Premier League 2 and Premier League anyway, let alone Premier League top half European level. That's
what I'm saying. That's exactly right. It's the equivalent of League Two football from that point of view. And it's just but the great thing is that there's such a good future project coming on here at the minute. There really, really is. It's just, again, because of how the heartache we've had over the last 12, 13 years with the two Davids in charge, we can't see anything further other than that. What I would love to see is we have a Pellegrini-style spend this coming summer. But with Moyes, exactly, I was about to say there, Mark, exactly right. Moyes identifying the right targets and going in, not just buying in players for the sake of it, which is what everybody wanted in January by the looks of things. Just to get the right people in at the right time, and that's what Moyes does very, very well. Yes, all right, dithering Dave because he's not sure about a lot of things, but at the same point, we can't expect to finish in the Europa League every single season. If we finish in the top 7, I'll be massively happy. And even if we get the Conference League, it's still European football. Regardless of what happens over the next 2 or 3 Europa League qualifiers, if we still finish in the top 7, it's still phenomenally good. Bearing in mind 2 seasons ago, at this time, literally 2020, at this time we were 4 or 5 points off relegation. We've had an unbelievably good 2 seasons.
Celebrating beating Watford.
Exactly.
Relegation to scrap. Yeah, and also. What you're saying as well, JP, as well, it's even more amazing because we've never had 2 consecutive top 7 finishes.
Exactly.
That's fine,
not top 7. We've had an 8th followed by a 5th.
Yeah.
What was I going to say?
Regardless of the Conference League being involved, even if it wasn't, if it was just 1 to 6, I would, because obviously we finished 6th last season. If we finish 7th this season, bearing in mind the weekend was the 50th game. And we've still got 5 league games to go, plus potentially 3 Europa League games. So we've got potentially 57, 58 games by the end of the season, still finishing very well up in the top 10. I can't see anybody being unhappy with that. I genuinely can't.
But so you're saying about signing players that are right fit. It's where I'm saying, for example, if we sign the Johnson at Forest, I can't remember his name. It's double barrel name, the guy at Hull. And Nketiah for a combined, but both of those transfer fees for the other 2 players probably 40 million. Free transfer Nketiah, and that's 3, young, hungry players that fit the Moyes model right there. And that sort of sorts our attack out, losing Yarmolenko and adds 1 more player for depth. Then you've got to sort out, like there's Boubacar Kamara at Marseille on a free. I'll be biting their hand off. In typical fact, I was having this conversation with Mike on Twitter. In typical West Ham fashion, we're not going to get him because it makes too much sense to get him. But that is a defensive central midfielder of the Rice mould that is available on a free bloody transfer that's already played European football that can slot in at centre back.
But he's mid-20s though, isn't he? If I remember right, mid to late 20s.
But if it's fine, he still would be a brilliant fit.
Short term, 100%.
Yeah, Coventry is the fourth choice centre mid in that situation, and then you go to centre back. I'd cash in on something of to raise some funds for these other players, and then Tarkowski on a free short term. Hear me out, and then you got maybe Kamara to come back in. I'd spend money on undetermined left back because there are so many options out there for left back. I'd get probably what is the best value for money because we've signed one fullback for money since we moved stadium. Since that summer we moved stadium, we signed Masuaku. One fullback for money.
Even though he was a winger.
You know what I mean?
I know.
That is Soufal is the one that we signed since. So we signed Masuaku the summer we moved stadium. Since then, we signed one fullback for money. We need to buy a left back. I know Cresswell's been great for various reasons, but I think we move on Masuaku.
Like I just said, we've had the three of us here. We've talked about this before. We've had Cresswell for 10 years. He's an Allardyce signing. He's got about 2 or 3 seasons left, which is why I was saying earlier about bringing in 2 left backs for the future. The problem is the way that the Premier League works, and Russ, you'll be able to back me up on this. The way that the Premier League works is you've got to sign for the short term. There are never ever any signings that are long term. It just never happens.
Yeah, it depends though, because obviously the more money you spend, like Van Dijk for Liverpool, he was going to be there for a good while. It just depends. The more money you spend, those kind of players, like West Ham, like your team. Obviously, if you're spending like £5 million or getting loads of free transfers, yes, loads of short-term measures, obviously, because you've built yourself up. You've come up in the league. You've done really well this season. I mean, you've done miraculously well considering the size of your squad, the amount of games you've had to play.
Honestly,
you've done fantastic.
Start of the season. I think me and Bill had the same sort of conversation. Start of the season, I said when the transfer window closed, I said we will get relegated if we have a decent Europa League. I genuinely said that because we haven't got a squad big enough to handle that. And Christ Almighty, I'm very happy to be proven wrong on that. But we can't have this every single season. That bubble is going to burst at some point. It really will.
If you plan,
that's why you sort of have to plan. You have to be smart in the transfer market. You have to get those players in who are going to be with you for a long, long time.
Yeah, 100%.
And then goalkeeper situation, you either, if you've got the funds, sign Areola or extend the loan, and extreme worst case scenario, sign Sam Johnson on a free transfer on like a 2-3 year deal, and then next summer you spend money on a goalkeeper, a long-term centre-back because you've got aging centre-backs and a striker. But you've got the depth then. You've then got the depth.
Or you sell Declan Rice for 100 million, boys. Yay, there you go. Reinvest it. Reinvest it all.
But the thing is, if we sell Declan Rice for 100 million...
Russ, you're starting to go... I was going to say, you're starting to go down
If we sell Declan Rice, only about 30% of that money ever gets reinvested. We never reinvest the money. I mean, we talk about the Paye money. That didn't really get spent until Pellegrini got taken over, got in charge, mate. If you add in all the other, player sales from that summer, we signed on Arnautovic and Hernandez, but we made I think a £20 million profit in that window, and then we sold Saka and Ayew for ridiculous profit. So the Paye money only ever really got spent when Pellegrini took over. When Pellegrini's first window, that money. There's why people talk about the Pellegrini about how much we spent that money, but we were in like a 40-50 million pound, profit going into that window. Which is why I'm like, when we spend all that money, I still, for the life of me, JP, I can't believe how much in debt we are, considering if you look at what we spent.
Mate, this is the thing. The shake-up with the financial fair play rules that are coming in a season or so's time, it's going to absolutely fuck us. Because I was looking into it because as it stands at the moment, this season and last season, West Ham's wages West Ham spends, so it's wages, agents' fees, club fees, everything, 101% of what we're earning from TV deals, and that's that, and all the rest of the sponsorship on top of that, And for that to be reduced down to because there's talk that UEFA want it to be down to, was it 80 or 70% of your income has to be spent on players.
Right. Yeah,
we're fucked. We are absolutely fucked. I mean, obviously the Allaire, the wages that Allaire was on, the wages that Yarmolenko's on, Zuma as well, for that matter, etc., are one of the reasons why. But when you have a look at the accounts, I've done the accounts for the last 3 seasons on the trot. Every single one I've looked at, and the net spend is getting lower. Sorry, the debt is getting lower season by season. But looking at the bigger picture, the debt is increasing because the losses are getting smaller, but they're still impacting on what's there. And as I said, I've been saying it all season. Going into the start of the season, we were £250 million in debt. When the spend that you were talking about, Dennis, with Pellegrini, we were £140 million in debt at that point. And it's the whole point of financial fair play is complete bollocks, because with the money that Man City get from the Champions League, that Liverpool get from the Champions League, the money that Chelsea get from just having their juniors out on loan. They get 40 to 50 million pound just from loan fees alone, which is one of the reasons why, again, they want the loan fees to be players you can loan out to about 4 or 5 in the coming seasons. But it's too little, too late. This is the problem. This is why we've seen the end of teams like Blackburn, Derby, Bury, I should say.
Very good.
It's those sort of side. Fuck off, Rev. But shut up, Goonie. You're not involved in this conversation. But it's literally just that side of things. It's only going to get worse before it gets better. And from our point of view, we're odds on to be earning between 20 and 30 million pound from this Europa League run, which is fantastic. But where's that going to get invested in? It's going to be the debt. Because
you could be in Champions League.
Golden Sullivan are going to want to have that debt down to the lowest amount they can possibly get within the next 6 months to 12 months, purely because they can look to make more money off the sale. That's the only reason.
Yeah, I mean, this is why with my idea, using the free market, in that way we maximize the damage to, because again, we're losing about 6 players, including the loan termination. We need 4 players as it is. We need to sign 10 players. Yeah.
But also at the same point, mate, when I agree, but with the free market, you've got signing on fees, agent fees.
I know, but you're going to have signing on and agent fees if you saying a player anyway.
Exactly, but that's the point. It's not as expansive.
No, I know. I'm saying, but let's say we've got a budget of 60 million. I'm talking about raising probably about 20-25 by selling Diop and Masuaku. I think that's reasonable.
Yeah, and plus also let's not forget the wages will be an extra few million on top of that.
Yeah, you're losing Yarmolenko's wages, you're losing Fredericks' wages, and you're losing Noble's wages.
Shall we wrap this up and chat and finish this line?
Yeah, this is more a West Ham way. Before we got replaced.
Full-time thoughts, guys, because we genuinely haven't done this for half an hour ago. It's full-time thoughts.
Great game of football. Throwback to sort of 90s, early 2000s. Loved it. Never underestimate Benzema.
Yeah, agreed. And absolutely outstanding, brilliant game. Free flowing from both sides as we expected. Hopeful, and it turned out to be the case. Man City this tie should be over. Should be 6-7-3, and that's not even being too outlandish to say. But yeah, absolutely fantastic, brilliant to watch. Absolutely loved it, and bring on the second leg.
Absolutely, mate. And looking forward to doing it next week.
Rush is speechless, so he's with that game. So. Cool. All right. Well, we'll finish off there. So, JP, Dennis, thanks for joining, and Russ as well. Thanks everyone for watching. Subscribe to Gage Football if you're new, and we'll see you soon. All the best.
See you next week.